Hey, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Fistivities, the Valentine's episode, or the Valentine's show, or whatever it is. It's actually just Festivities 70. KD with you, Karyn Bryant here. Thank you so much for joining us. I know a lot of you, I guess if you're on the East Coast, maybe you guys already were out, and now you're coming back home, and maybe on the West Coast here, it's before you're going out or whatever. We're going to try to get to it kind of quickly tonight, hit it and quit it type of thing, to talk UFC 284 and the Super Bowl and sort of best sexy songs, best breakup songs, a couple of those things. So yeah, that is what is on track for the evening. But I first like to say hello to a few folks, right? Got to say hello to some folks. What up? What up, IQ? Call me Queen. Oh, well, you're sweet. Well, thank you for that. Double clue 84 in terms of where is Uncle. He kind of comes and goes on his own time, I guess is the way. Like the way he kind of operates is like Brazilian time, right? You guys have heard of Brazilian time, right? So, he comes on when he gets here. It takes him usually a couple of few minutes, but he always is here. So yeah. So that's how it goes. There was something I was just looking to. I'm sorry. I just was trying to tweak something, Oh, here it is. Yes, this is what I wanted to change. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Okay, so hello, Fernando. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Fernando. Rudy, with the hearts. How are you, Rudy? Good to see you. Where's Dawn Fry? That's funny. There was a clip. Somebody took part of a thing that I had done with Dawn Fry and made a reel of it the other day on Instagram. So it's pretty funny. He's talking about, just kind of the way old school fighters were versus new school fighters. Anyway, I have interviews with Dawn Fry. If you're looking at this on my YouTube channel here, he's great. I love him. At some point, maybe we should have him on the show. But he's also, I don't know. Would Dawn and Hanato be too much? Would that be like too much of a double whammy of whatever? Okay, DD, did I keep those 9-inch nail boots? What those are, he's referring to. Actually, I was going to put the clip up. I could put a link for the story. I was yesterday joking around, and I put on my best Rihanna Super Bowl outfit, and which included some red Doc Martens that I have, and they have a 9-inch nail sticker on them. So that's from all the way back when I don't want to age myself here, but when I was in college and stuff like that. And so I really like 9-inch nails. I'd seen them in concert and stuff. And I can't remember if that was I thought at first it was a backstage pass that I stuck on there, and it might be. But I don't know if so, the date has worn off on it. But I could look it up and figure out when it was that I saw them. But so that's what he's talking to. So those are my boots. Like all that's my clothes. And so I had that 9-inch nail sticker has been on those boots for quite some time, and I have no plans of taking it off. So yeah. So anyway, we will get into Rihanna at the Super Bowl, but no surprise. I loved her. Thought she was awesome. I'm a big Rihanna fan, though, so whatever. You're right. Pray for Ohio, wreak havoc. I was looking about some stuff about that today, and it was one of those things where it was like, shouldn't we be talking about this more? Shouldn't this be a little bit more? Shouldn't we talk about this more? I agree. So okay. Fernando saying, why didn't I upload the sausage video to Instagram? I can. I thought about it. I can, and I will. For here, maybe I can do this and get a link for it. For those who don't know, so I put up a little thing the other day. Here, I'll get the link of what I was saying was like the raunchiest thing that I had done on TV. Let's see. So here, I'll type it in here and put the link, right? So it was me at the Laughlin River Run. If you guys know what that is, it's a motorcycle thing. And I was on the air for Movies for Guys Who Like Movies, and we did this thing where we were having a contest where I was on the back of a motorcycle, and I had to try to bite a hot dog that was hanging from a string. The visuals are pretty funny. They're pretty funny. Um, they're pretty funny. So, that's the link. That's what I just put there. If you want to see it, yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay. So let me tell you what we have for on in store, rather, not on store, in store, for the evening today on our Valentine's Day show. So happy Valentine's Day to all of you out there. For you single folks like me, if you're attached, whatever, happy, I was going to say happy holidays, whatever, happy Valentine's Day to you. We will talk about UFC 284, and we have an and still with Islam Makhachev. By the way, Cheetah was right again last week, so his record is 17-4. At any rate, we will talk about that and Yair Rodriguez being the new interim champ. So talk about those fights. They will also get Cheaty's choice, speaking of Cheaty, for this weekend with Andrade versus Blanchfield. I'm working this weekend, so we heading out to Vegas for that fight. Those two strawweights looking to be basically the number one contender. So we'll get Cheaty's take on that fight. Then we can talk about the Super Bowl, what you guys thought about the game and or the commercials, whatever you guys feel like talking about a little bit more. I thought it was a really good game, very exciting. I was actually rooting for Kansas City. I hadn't really a dog in the fight, but before the game, I guess I tweeted out, I was like, yeah, I don't really have a dog in the fight, but I think I'm rooting for Kansas City. I think I just like Mahomes more. Oh, Mahomes. Remember when you get pwned on something? Pwned. That's actually a pretty good name for a flag. Pwned. But anyway, Pwhones, Pat Pwhones. That made me laugh. I like him. Jalen Hurts, though, is one of the coolest names you can have. So they both have a lot going for them. Both very talented, obviously. Jalen scored a lot of points, so not mad at either of those guys. Really didn't have a dog in the fight. But we can get into that. And then some Valentine's Day things we were going to talk about. The if you have or I have a list of the songs that are allegedly like the sexiest songs, and then stuff that are the list of like the best breakup songs. So we can go over some of those if you want, or if you guys would prefer, if you have relationship questions for Hanato, you can always just submit those at any time. We will always get to those. Yeah, as a salty 49ers fan, Fernando, you're happy with this result. I think a lot of them. And yes, Dean D, both QBs on Team Light Skin did. That was history, being the first two black quarterbacks to play in the Super Bowl. So cool. That was pretty awesome. And yeah, I do believe Vanille's got to be next as well. What's a good movie for Valentine's Day? I would say Notting Hill. If I'm going to tell you, and I'm not, I say I'm not really a romantic comedy girl, and then I have to feel like, okay, well, I am cliche to a certain degree, and there's always a certain amount of those that I do like. Notting Hill is my favorite one. So that's the one with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant. And that's my favorite rom-com. And it's very sweet, and it's very good, and it's fun. And so I would recommend that. If you want to go hardcore, Breaking the Waves, the Lars von Trier movie, which will tear your heart out. So it depends on how you want to go. But that Lars von Trier movie is amazing. Okay. Yeah. Brawl season saying, thanks for the great Don Fry interview on the page. Oh, that made the reel that ended up getting millions of views. Are you serious? Millions of views? Damn, I'm the ass idiot for not doing that myself, huh? Wow. Who's got two thumbs? It is a total moron. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, Love Actually is a great one too. That is a Christmas time movie, but yeah, Wreak Havoc, you love Lars as well. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and yes, Heinsberger, let me know if the Celts beat the Bucks. Thank you for that. keep it up, keep it up. Okay, what do I think? Okay, random Joseph. Well, yeah, we can get it to. Okay, yeah, Jay Crockett. I thought Rihanna was great too, and I know we'll get into it, but some people thought she was boring, which I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think it was boring. Like, she's so good, and the songs are so good, and yeah, I thought she was great. Personally, I really thought she was great. But like I said, I'm a fan. Do I have a John Frusciante story? Perhaps only that did my friend make out? Pretty sure my friend went out with him. I mean, I've hung out with him to a degree after one of the Chili Pepper shows in Providence one time. I had taken them to see after the show at school. They played it for us, and then because I ran the radio station and I already had interviewed them before and stuff, so I was actually driving around with like Flea in my car and stuff, and then I took Flea and Anthony, and I think John, like I think everybody came to go see Ika Mouse down at the church house in Providence, Rhode Island, if anybody remembers the church house. So I showed up because I didn't used to go there as much as I used to live at the living room, for real, at Lupo's. But to the church house. So I remember just showing up and I was like, yeah, I got the Chili Peppers with me. And they were like, okay, come on in. So we went and saw Ika Mouse, and then we were hanging out at the Biltmore afterwards, downtown Providence, next to Haven Brothers, the little the Airstream truck that does the late night sandwiches and stuff like that. Anybody who's watching this who knows Providence knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, I do have a bit of a Frusciante story. And I mean, I've seen them a few times, and John obviously signed that. And so Chad was the only one who didn't sign it that day because he was not able to come to the interview. He was like getting his drums fixed and stuff. So, but I have these really funny pictures with me, Flea, and John, and he makes the funniest expressions. I've shared some before on my Instagram. I should make a video or something. I could show you some, but I mean, he was great. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of great. Speaking of, just I don't know, just speaking of great, how about we welcome in the 27-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion on Valentine's Day? Apparently, whatever, this turned out to be my date. Ladies and gentlemen, Renato Laranja. Hi.
Oh, caralho. Hi.
Look at you.
Oh, you walk. Look at me.
Looking good.
Thank you. I don't mind if I do. I
What took
decided.
you so long? Were you like staring at the man in the mirror, like, bruh? What
Well,
time is it?
this mustache don't grow on the trees, boy. Okay, you gotta grow that one from scratch. I grew that one from scratch,
Nice.
caralho.
What's on your pendant?
That's a female. Okay, that's a horoscope, boy.
Uh-huh.
That's my
It's your sign?
it's my sign, caralho.
Okay.
What's your sign?
Capricorn.
Oh, I can't fuck with you.
I know. Clearly. What's your sign?
Yeah, Virgo, because I'm a virgin.
Yeah. I feel
I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself for Valentine's Day.
I will actually let me look because I think my horoscope. I have a few horoscope apps, like any.
Oh, of course you fucking do. Every woman,
like any,
every fucking woman believe. Even if it could be the most intelligent woman, she's a scientist, and she still believe in that fucking horse shit.
It's not that I believe it. It's that I
No,
want
you
to
do believe that one.
No, it's that I want to believe it, but I do. I'm such a skeptic because it's never true. Like it's just I can't say never. Sometimes it's true, but most of the time it's not. And so
you can make it. You can make any of this horse shit true if you want. You can.
That's what right.
You can retroactively make all that kind of stuff come true.
Right, but here's the thing. This has oh no, that's not it. There's a thing where it'll do like a matchup of like. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's me. So first person is a Capricorn, and then the second person is a Virgo. Let's see what it says. Spiritually, it says we had about a 78. It says this is the map of what you and I would get as a couple, Hanato.
So I can't see any of that shit. So what are we good at here? Okay.
Spiritual. So
Physical.
emotionally is our
Ooh,
week.
emotional because you get too emotional.
No,
Um,
no.
no, the
The
physical
best
is
thing,
weak.
the
The
thing that we
physical,
have going for it the most is intellectual, which I would agree with.
true, but the physical,
The
you're not
physical
up to my,
is actually the second worst thing.
yeah, you're not
Physical
up
is
to my
tied with
standard.
emotional. Physically and emotionally, we're weak together.
What would you do if in the throes of passion I did a spittle into you, if I do a tui into you, or gave to you some saliva, what would you do?
No, I don't want
You
that.
would ruin the vibe.
Why are you spitting on me?
What if I told you like, listen, you Creole witch, and grab your throat like that? What would you do?
I don't actually want to answer that question.
What if I took a chicken's foot and scratch you on your fucking forehead while we was making love? Would you be cool
Well,
with
okay,
that?
so we're just, it's Angel Heart now?
Why not? This is why we don't line up sexually because I'm creating. I'm an artist. I'm a sexual artist.
Is that what whoever you're dressed up for has waiting for her later tonight?
I'm a man of I go with the flow. I can do many stuffs spur of the moment.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I'm amazed that I was able to get you tonight because I would have figured that you would have been busy being Valentine's Day and you clearly look to be dressed
Listen,
for an occasion or look for something. If it's for us, thank you.
it's for everybody, it's not for just one women. It's for even the gay men out there can look upon me, can gaze upon the one.
Can
They
gaze.
can gaze upon my
That is a
mustachio.
little bit of a WeHo stash, if I'm not mistaken. Like it's
Yeah.
good. I know a lot of guys that look like that.
Well, it's gonna be to those guys. It's gonna be very suggestive because in their community they call that a dick sweeper or a cock broom. You know what I mean? But that's more the mustache that come over here. You know, but they like sweep the dust off of that man's joint. I mean, if in the gay community. Ah,
That's funny. That's
oh, sure.
funny.
It's very true. God.
That's that's fine. That's funny. Okay,
People
well,
said
yeah.
when I
So
was
who? So, but yeah, because Double Clue 84 asking who's the lucky lady. That's
or ladies, porra. You never know. The night is young, cara. Yo, and so is your Uncle Hanach, porra.
apparently, yeah. A little Richard's saying favela love making a little.
All of that one. Falafel, too. Favela, falafel. Any of that stuff is I'm game, porra.
Oh God. Okay, so Hanato, but are you well? You're doing well. You're good.
Well, look at me, porra. Look at me. I mean, I'm as Neville Bartos said, I'm fucking flying, Mike. Look at me, Mike. I'm fucking flying. Marcelo and Coke. Good choice. Um,
Okay. Is that an
that's from
Aussie accent?
Chopper. That's from Chopper. Well, that's a Greek or Aussie accent.
Okay. Well, speaking of Aussie,
Fucking
then.
Neville fucking Bartos. Neville
Okay.
Bartos.
Well, speaking of Aussies, then we may as well get right into it. A lot of people debating the decision. Unfortunately, the UFC did not send out the footage yet, so I have not got the fight footage
Oh, everybody saw it. Everybody
from these
saw that
guys,
one.
right? But a very closely contested fight, and Islam
Hotly
Makhachev,
contested.
yeah, did retain his title, but a lot of people are mad about it. I thought it was incredibly close. I'm not mad at the decision. If they had given it to Volk, I would have been cool with that too. Like it was really close.
Listen, like I always say, I'm never surprised about any fucking decision that come from the judges.
Mhm.
So it didn't surprise me one bit. Now, having said that, I pretty much thought they was gonna give it to Mah. I thought they was gonna give it to. I I thought they was gonna give it to uh, Islam,
Makhachev. Yeah.
but I wanted them to give it to Volk. Not only because I was rooting for him, but because listen, I don't know what the criteria. I get confused about what's the fucking criteria. As far as I'm concerned, the person who was really trying to get after the fucking fight was Volk. You know what I mean? I mean, this guy was it was inspiring, you know. And the good news is whether he win, lose or draw, he won the hearts and minds. Look, hockey in the first. Do you remember who won the in the first hockey movie? Apollo Creed.
Right.
Okay, we don't look at it that way. When you see the movie, you're not tears in your eyes for Apollo Creed. You're thinking about hockey, and he's inspired you. So
Rocky feels like a winner. Yeah.
he feels like a winner because he did. It don't always work like by the judges or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
And
But
when it all shake out in the final analysis, boy, huh? You're gonna look at. I mean, imagine how many people. Imagine how many people was inspired. Let's put it this way. Imagine how many people was inspired by Volkanovsk, and how many people was inspired by Islam in that one. And I don't mean the religion. I don't want somebody to took this out of context. You think that a lot of people sitting somewhere, a kid somewhere, was inspired by how you said that one?
Makhachev.
They was inspired by Chev. And do you think they was inspired by Chev? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. But for me, I was inspired by Volkanovsk, and I could imagine a lot of smaller guys or people who is fighting something or whatever. It was like watching the impossible happen, and it was amazing, and it was like a movie to me, and
Yeah. Well,
I was very excited from that one.
it was, and I remember at one point going, "Oh, like I never think of Volkanovski as small, but with those two together, then all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, yeah, like he's going up against a bigger dude, and he's
In the
putting it on
weigh-ins, it
him."
looked like comical. Like I know people who don't know the UFC, and they
Yeah.
were like thought it was like a joke. They were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Because they don't know how things work.
Right.
There
Right.
was like
Right.
I saw
Right.
the weigh-in, and I was like, "Is this a heel?" Like what is this?
Right. And so
Yeah,
I remember at one point, yeah, just being like, geez, yeah, like I guess, yeah.
yeah,
But then there was, what was it, like Leighton? Was it Leighton round three when Volk like stuck it to him, right? Like late, and I was like, woo, here we go. And like there were so many moments of back and forth. And somebody, I forget who I was online, like, kind of had zoomed in and pointed out like Makhachev's face during a couple of things. And they were like, did that look like the pound for pound number one guy? Or does that look
yeah,
like somebody holding on for dear life?
yeah,
Type thing. The pound for pound thing is a whole other thing. But like I agree with you, and it's like Rosie, says in White Men, she's like, sometimes when you win, you
yeah,
really lose.
yeah.
And sometimes when you lose, you really win, and
Hmm.
it's like,
And sometimes when you tie,
and something when you
yeah,
try, you really
yeah.
lose.
It's
And
true.
sometimes,
You lose. That's exactly
something
how
when
she
you
talk.
lose,
Yeah, when you
you
lose,
sometimes actually in a
she's a
time.
trip.
Yeah,
She's a fucking. That's pretty good. We could put you as that in one of these fucking things.
Yeah, we could do we just
I
need
don't
the white
mind
guy,
that.
because you could be Wesley Snipes. We just need a white guy.
Yeah. Well, or you know what else we could do? Because I always had a fantasy about doing.
Mm,
I never came to fruition, but I was gonna do a parody of do the hype thing, okay?
do the
But
right thing. Yep.
it was gonna be Hey Longo was gonna be Sal, and all
Yes.
the guys that trained under him was gonna be the people in the fucking pizza
Amazing.
shop,
Sarah,
and
all those guys, Ally, Quinch. Oh my God, that's
fucking
rich. That would be
Weidman, all those.
amazing.
We was gonna do that, and I was gonna have Aljamain play fucking Spike Lee, and
Yes.
I was gonna be bugging out. How come there's no Brazilians on the wall? God, are you? We need some
Oh
Brazilians on the wall.
my God,
We
that would
need
be amazing.
Brazilian
I will
on
do the
business.
dance at the beginning, the Rosie dance, and like the
So, but there's
good.
plenty of scenes between in with but
We
I would
got
have
him
to play
going.
Spike Lee. But anyway, I digest because there's a lot of stuff to talk about
Yeah, yeah.
here.
So at any rate, though, I do think, like, I'm not mad at the decision. I do, though, think let's go Benil Dariush,
Mm,
because I think
that's looking more intriguing. Yeah,
Benny's looking better and better.
yeah, that's looking intriguing. I'll tell you what, I was so fucking impressed with Volk.
Yeah, he's
I
so
can't even.
good.
I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it
He's
was,
so good.
and another stuff about it is, I don't know if it's my bias, but I felt like there was times when I thought Volk might finish the fight.
Okay, yeah,
I never felt that the other way around.
right.
Because even when he hawked Volk, he like dropped to one knee for a second, popped the fuck back up, and was
Hmm.
swinging.
Mhm.
I felt like when Makachev was getting hot, he was like, "Oh shit, boy."
I think he was surprised. I mean, whatever. We can't be in his brain, but like,
He
I
was
think
very
he got the
surprised.
fight taken to him much more than he expected.
A
You
thousand
know,
fucking percent.
you
Um,
know, yeah.
you have to respect this guy. It was one for the ages. I can't even believe this one.
But Dean's saying the flip side though is that Islam's hands were probably better. That
This is
some people are
true. This
are
is
talking a lot
true.
about that. Where at least he didn't do the wrestle F type thing that
True,
everybody
true,
gets mad about. And
true.
so it's like for those people complaining about
Well, when the
Islam,
goings
like,
got
hey,
tough, that's
he showed new wrinkles or
well.
more.
Listen, when the goings got tough, he went
Of
straight through the
course,
shit and
of
didn't
course,
work.
of course. But so does every
But
wrestler.
and I don't look. It's fucking MMA, so I don't begrudge the guy. But let's not
Mhm.
pretend he didn't try to fucking do that. But um, I those guys is sneaky good, like Kahibibi and if you remember, Kahibibi dropped fucking Kana.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like they don't train with high level fucking strikers.
Could be.
Um, and even whatever was the last fight before that, the Makhachev,
Mhm.
I remember his hands
It
looking
was when
pretty.
he beat Charles Oliveira to take the
Yeah,
title.
I remember his hands being better than I thought they were anyway. So at that point, I was like at this point, you can't sleep on his hands. Like I didn't
Yeah.
think. Look, he had some good timing, especially on some of those jabs.
Mhm.
But aside from that, like he did great. But yeah, he did great. Look, he's a fa- obviously he's a fucking great fighter. Okay, but
Right.
the question is he as good as we making him out to be? Kind of.
Yeah. Well, Ender Band saying he thinks Volk was, or they think Volk was actually underwhelmed by Islam's grappling and strength. I
Well,
mean, Volk's a big, strong. I mean, big,
listen.
strong guy. I'm saying like Volk is much.
I think Volk was underwhelmed by his strength, but let's not get it too fucking twisted here.
Mhm.
If you can't get out of somebody's back control, then they out grappling you. Okay, so let's not pretend that wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was able to get him there and get into a position like back control, it was a fucking problem. Now he
It
couldn't
was.
he couldn't he couldn't submit him there, but like let's say if he was able to do that situation a bunch of times, like every round, it would have been a clear wipeout. But to his
Right.
credit, he never let that happen again after the what was it, the first round or
Mhm.
whatever round he ended it on his.
Yeah, he was in it a lot for one
It's
round.
like he made some adjustment there and he never
Yeah.
stayed on the ground, which was great. I was listen, I couldn't have been more pleasant surprised. I couldn't fucking believe that.
Yeah. It was a
It
great
was
fight. It
kudos
was a
to
great
him.
fight.
You know what he reminded me of? One of the most impressive fighter. I'm not saying he's my favorite fighter of all time, but I think the most impressive fighter in the history of UFC for me is Daniel Cormier, and for the simple reason that because he's chubby, he's fighting about two weight class. He could fight like if he wanted to got in shape, like in
Yeah.
like slim down. He could have fought like two fucking weight classes down. You know what I mean? He
Oh
could
yeah,
have
for sure.
because when people don't know if you never seen him in person, he's not a big guy. He's very not big.
No, I'm like he's my height basically.
Yeah,
Like
he looks so small, and it's like that's what impressed you when you see him. You go, "This is the guy
right. That
who
beat Josh.
hacked the
This is the
buffet
guy
at the
that
Herald Club. This is the
right.
guy that singularly disarmed an unmarked unit with a banana." You know what I'm saying? Like when you see this guy,
Right.
you're like, "How the fuck did he do this?" It's
Yeah.
insane what he did at
Yeah.
the size of him that he could even
100%.
compete with these guys, let alone dominate these fucking guys.
Well, and that's
It's
the thing.
mind-boggling.
When we used to work together, obviously over at UFC Tonight, and
Were you lovers too? You worked, but you had
no,
a lovers.
no. But I do love him and care for him, and it always made me very nervous when he fought
Of course.
because I know him from work, and yeah, he's not that big of a dude, and he's whatever. And then I'm thinking about like he's going up against who? Like Frank Mir? Or he's going up against like, or that was before I worked. That was before I worked with him. But like,
Just
you know what I'm
look.
saying? He's going up against these guys, and I'm like, wait, what?
Take your
And then
pick.
I get nervous, and then he'd start fighting, and then I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, it's really good. But
Pull
like it
up.
always scared me.
Take your pick. I mean, it's just it don't make no sense how good this guy. I mean, if
Mhm.
you just imagine
Agreed.
if he had got svelte and went down to like 185 or something like
Hmm.
that. Imagine that person. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that he was beating up heavyweights is my it boggles the mind, carajo.
Well, Bilal is saying Islam was putting the pressure on the ground and on the feet. Volk's getting too much credit based off the shock
I
factor of
disagree.
how he was doing overall.
I disagree. Look at whoever what was the name of that guy?
Bilal,
Bilal.
Bilal, yeah, Bilal.
Bilal. Um, from House Party. That's a Martin Lawrence character, the one
Oh,
with the
is it?
bad breath, carajo. So uh, if you look at statistics on some of this shit,
Yeah.
look at the fucking strikes and look at all the numbers and stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, it's not a wipeout by any means. And some people there's plenty of like statistic fucking MMA sites or whatever
Right.
that their scorecard had fucking Volk and they didn't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, look at a lot of people. It was a really close fight. Here's the thing, though. Now you go, okay, we know that fight is so good. We know that matchup is so good, but it's not fair to just have them rematch right next, right? Because Volk's got to go fight Yair Rodriguez.
True, true.
And Benil, meanwhile, like again, Benny's like, hi, like what the F?
I would like to see that. I say give Benil a shot,
I do
see
too.
what happened.
And you let
Uh,
Volk beat
yeah,
be in a fight with Yair to unify that one. If he beats him, then he gets another crack at
I
his.
like it. I like it.
Yeah,
That's fine with me. I got
yeah,
no qualm with that one.
yeah,
And
yeah.
again, I'm not saying nobody got hobbed. I was expecting the judges based on the checkdowns and stuff. I was expecting the judges to give
Yeah, well, and some
to
people. So here's the thing: our buddy Dan Hooker, who has been
yeah
a guest on our show, who is a great guest. Love me some Dan Hooker. But he had brought up an allegation. I'll say the word
yeah.
to be correct.
Oh God.
That Islam had used an IV after to rehydrate, and that he was a
Yeah.
cheater. And then people from that camp are like, well, you're just looking for excuses, or you're grasping at straws, and when you can't admit that you just lost, you got to come up with lies and stuff like that. So the
Well,
whole IV thing is so it's odd anyway.
well, here's the thing about that. Okay, now to his credit, it's not Volkanovski who was saying that even.
Right.
You see, Dan. Now, and that's Dan's prerogative, because listen, Volk is the type of guy who he don't make no excuses. He
No,
he he thought he should beat this guy. Like he's not faking that. He thinks he's better than this guy.
of
Okay,
course. No, that was
so
not fake bravado.
he
Yeah.
he don't want no kind of excuses or nothing. He just want to get in there and beat the guy.
Yep.
So that's great. Now, in terms of the Dan Hooker thing, I don't have a problem with that because listen, there's a it's one thing to get an advantage by being bigger than the other person, okay?
Mhm.
But one of the things that have to happen is you sacrifice your strength and your energy for getting that payoff of the big weight, okay? Because you're gonna
Mhm.
fuck yourself up trying to lose the weight and all that kind of stuff, okay? And they outlawed that for a reason, all right? Because
Yeah.
they didn't want the dramatic weight cuts and they didn't want somebody getting killed because of it, all that stuff, okay? So now if you have a rule in place, Volkanovsk he covered the height way.
Right.
So he did it the height way, which is very much harder and it take longer. Okay. This guy, if he's doing it the IV, that's an unfair advantage because he should be more. It's going to give him more energy and make him feel more refreshed. What we're
Prolonged
going
it.
to give him all the fucking advantage. So
Right.
fuck that. And if something came of it, look,
A
I
rule's a
say
rule.
I'd rather see a fight determine that one. But on the same, just like the fucking Super Bowl, everybody was panties was in a bunch about the holding. Well, guess what? He was fucking holding him. You know what I'm saying? And
He
if
admitted it. Even
yeah,
he was
he did
like,
admit
yeah,
it.
I
But
did it.
another thing is like you act like that makes a fucking difference. If a guy is holding a guy's fucking waist when he's making a nice move and he would have been fucking gone. Well, you stopped him from getting a touchdown pass, okay? So fuck you. You know what I mean? Listen,
Right.
too bad. Don't hold, okay?
Don't
And I
cheat,
know
right?
this
Yeah.
from basketball. I will do a fucking crossover on somebody, okay? And I beat their legs and I'm gone. And then they do this little like hold my waist here
Yep.
so that I don't get by them. And I go, that's a foul. And they go, stop crying, nigga, blah, 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 blah. And I go, listen, if you don't fucking grab me and hold
Right.
me, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how little it is. If you didn't, I'm a
there.
ghost.
I'm laying up.
I'm
yeah.
out. So fuck that, and especially on the in street ball because I don't get no fucking free throws or nothing. You're just fucking up my flow here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, listen, if they took the title, whatever the fuck they do, because the IV, I don't want them to do that. But if they did that, I say, hey, fuck you. You shouldn't have cheated. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want it, but hey, you know, if it happened, I'm not mad at it. Fuck it. You know, don't cheat.
Don't cheat. Yeah, don't cheat. Don't cheat. I mean, we'll see. I suppose it remains to be seen what becomes of that. But yeah.
Yeah, what do you want? All the events? You want to be 10 times as big as the guy, and you want to be fresh and fresh as a daisy? Fuck
Well,
you.
and Beetle Jesse saying, I don't know why Dan would bring it up if there
Me
wasn't
neither.
some truth to it.
Me
I mean,
neither. I don't see him doing that.
Dan's not. He doesn't strike me as a little bitch. You know what I mean? Like he's
Not
a
at all.
stand-up guy. So yeah.
Not at all. And I could imagine him bringing it up to Volk and going, don't even bother, don't even bring it up, and him going, I'm gonna do it anyway, just because he's like, fuck that shit. Because also, I mean, of course we have this. It's like the movie Hootie or Hockey or whatever, where we like want to see this little guy winning stuff. Of course, my heart is in this. Okay, yes, but on top of that, he fought a hell of a fucking fight, and there is a universe in which he wins that. I mean, on the scorecard, it depends on the judges. So, man, and to think of somebody doing any kind of bullshit, a guy who's already bigger and supposedly the best in the fucking world, you're gonna need some kind of advantage.
Yeah.
Some kind of shady advantage. Yeah. I don't like it. To be honest.
Well, listen. Before we move on to Yair, you just brought up Rudy. And I'll take a pause here if we have 60 seconds to take a pause for me to share with you.
Oh no, they used to date their original Hootie girl.
No. This is a throwback from a long time ago when I worked for TBS and I actually covered the Super Bowl, and it was Green Bay versus the Broncos, and I went to the Green Bay press conference, and I was asking the players, like, you know, just funny, because we were just doing like interstitials for TNT. And so like we were doing funny things. So the whole video is on my channel, but I made a little story of this the other day of just like if they had cried when they watched Rudy. And so I have like Brett Favre here. Wait, where did it go? And so of them talking about whether or not they cried when they watched Rudy. Wait.
Oh, you have the footage?
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm just. It's just hard. You know, I need.
I guess we'll just wait.
This is why I need a producer.
I'll give you a produce. I'll give you produce instead of. I'll give you a cucumber.
Here it is. Okay. Okay.
Let me. You gave them some chain. I don't want to deprive the people of the chain.
I know. I swear to you, folks, this will be worth it because you'll see.
Don't
Brett
worry,
Favre
they got enough entertainment
you'll see
here.
Brett Favre here from quite some years ago. And it's kind of
You want to see somebody?
The Packers are known for being tough guys, but I found a sweeter, softer, more vulnerable side.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody cried when they saw Rudy.
Anderson
I cried when I saw my son cried. We watched Rudy. And we're going, Rudy. Man, they carried him off the field and everything. Yeah, I did cry when I saw Rudy. That was a good movie.
Did you cry?
No. You know what? I went to USC. And that's a movie about a Notre Dame football player. There's not much to cry about.
I cried in Brian's song, and I think Old Yeller. That was the only two I think I cried.
That was a great story about Rudy. He just got in the game one time.
Oh, shit.
I can't get my life story written. But this guy just played one play, and he got a story written about his whole life. I'm sorry, Rudy. I didn't mean to be that rude.
Damn. I never seen Reggie White look so svelte. God, are you?
I know. Rest in peace, Reggie White. Yeah.
I know. God, he looks so svelte. You know, his daughter is a very good black belt jiu-jitsu competitor.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know her?
You know her too. I think you've seen her and didn't even know it. She's competed at high rollers many times.
What's her name?
And I'm fucking blanking. I was hoping you didn't ask me that because for some reason I'm blanking on her fucking name. But
right, well, if
I follow her. I can't think of it. But she's a killer. She's a fucking bruiser. She look like she's of his stock. Like she's a strong fucking woman.
Gotta find her, and I should share that video with her so she can see her dad. But
she might like that.
Saying their mouth is agape right now. Yeah, I've done some stuff like people don't know. Yeah. So yeah, Jay Crockett.
No, we know his name is Reggie White.
Jacolia?
No, that don't. No.
No, I don't know. But anyway, somebody said,
"Fuck is her name?" I'm embarrassed.
I miss the '90s blacks.
Oh, God.
But yeah, okay. So,
but you know, I've cried. I don't remember, but I can almost guarantee you, I cried in Rudy because I'm one of these people, especially if I'm by myself. You could forget about it. If I'm by myself, I'm one of these people. I could cry at a fucking. I could cry. Oh, you know what? Okay, here's what can make me cry, poor high. And you would never think this is counterintuitive. You ever see those fucking St. Jude's commercials?
Oh yeah. With the
where you got like a kid who has like cancer, but he's like, I'm hanging in there, and I'm not worried or something, you know. And you think to yourself, you're doomed or whatever. You know what I mean? You're like, oh God, are you? But he have a better attitude. Like he have more.
God, that commercial, yeah.
He have like a more positive attitude than me, and I don't have half the shit going on than him. And like for some reason, I go like, oh, you know what I mean? Like those kind of fucking things is like, oh,
it's like the most effective. Like it is that every time I see it, I'm like, oh.
Now I'll tell you when it's hard though. There's a couple instances where I've stifled that one, a couple ones. If you're with a woman that you're not yet comfortable with, that you haven't known her long enough, it's a tough to just already start crying in front of that one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I'm not comfortable. I've had to stifle that one. And then also, if it's a male friend that you're not that tight with, you know?
Right.
If you're tight with that, if it's like you, if it's like someone who's like a tight close friend, like a brother,
yeah,
you can admit, you can let that part of yourself because you know that they're not gonna hurt you. They're not trying to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like you can trust that one. Yeah. But when I'm by myself, all bets is off. Songs, books, I'm like that. I can shed a tears.
That's good. I applaud that, and I wish more men were comfortable with crying because it really is not a sign of weakness at all. Is that who your dog is named after? Rudy from the film?
No, my doggy is named after Rudy Haymore. Yeah, he's Dolomite.
Nice.
Yeah, and also Disco Godfather, Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law.
Nice. Hey, okay,
check your pick.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Well,
it is nice.
Also at UFC 284, Yair Rodriguez became the featherweight champ now. Like we were saying, Volk will have to unify in a fight with Yair Rodriguez, which will be all kinds of entertaining.
It's going to be exciting stuff, yeah.
Because, you know, he's a guy who's such an incredible striker, and then he gets a submission finish.
Okay, you got to go. My cat is on there like having the sniffles and then just did a snot. Unfucking believable. Not on the camel here. Not on the camel here. So what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah, this is intriguing.
Triangle after being known for being a striker.
Well, yeah, but it was the striking that made that happen in the first place. That was a already fucking compromised.
Very much so. And that's the best way to do it. Beat him down and just.
I mean, and that is the most. I do love that. If I have to say, aside from just a straight up knockout,
Yeah.
I love the thing of beat the living shit out of somebody and then just kind of finish them off with a with a choke or something,
Beat
kind
them
of
into
shit.
submission,
Yeah, it's
literally.
nice. And it was that was impressive because as we know, Emmett is Emmett
Yeah.
Smith. He's been since the 90s.
Josh Emmett. He's got a lot of KO power.
He's just, and you can see he laid a couple on hard on the kisser.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those fucking dangerous. I was a little scared because I love the Panchera. I love the way he fight. He's very
Yeah, he's
exciting.
entertaining.
Not that I don't like
Josh
Emmett
is a
Smith.
great dude.
I don't mind Emmett Smith, and even though it's Black History Month or whatever, still, Panchera. Now it's gonna be tough because I'm a big Volkanovski fan
I was
too. I
just
don't know who
gonna
I'm
say,
gonna
what
root for
happens
in
with
that
this
one.
fight?
And then on the second part, it's crazy because there's a lot of danger in here for Volkanovski because, like, even though Volk can hassle and stuff, it's like he's gonna stand with Yair. That's a You better be careful with that. I mean, he would be very smart to vary his attack. To put some sprinkle in some checkdowns because if you just try to strike with Yair, you're in for a half one.
Yeah.
I think the only way you're gonna beat that guy is if you at least half of your fucking attack have to be grappling.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think the thing that's interesting too with Yair is that people just kind of leave him out of the conversation a lot of the time, and because his activity level is, not as high as some other folks, and he doesn't talk a lot on social media. He doesn't, and so he's not as much, I think, in the front of people's minds. But then when you watch him fight, you're like, oh.
I think you know why. I think the reason why people got a little cool off of him is because I can't remember who he fought, but somebody exposed like the grappling and kind of wiped him out. I can't. Who was that? I can't even remember. Some fighter just like kind of wiped him out. I can't, who was that?
Really? I don't remember.
Yeah, this was a while back.
I don't remember. I'll have to look. Maybe somebody knows. I don't remember him getting
Somebody who was able to hassle him and kind of negate his shit. I just don't even remember. And I remember thinking like this is what would keep this guy from being a champion because other than that, he can knock out anybody. I mean, he can outstrike any fucking.
Oh, he's saying Frankie owned him. That's
what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, Frank, come on, but it was Frankie. Like, duh, Frankie.
But I'm just saying. Oh, so what is Frankie?
I remember that now.
It showed that if you have elite hassling, you can negate this guy's fantastic striking, and so that's why I think people was like, oh man, that's the blueprint. Like he's not going to be a champion.
Saying, oh, is that all? Frankie Edgar's the blueprint. Is that all? I just got to be like Frankie. Yes.
Well, okay, but if you got a guy, I'm trying to think in that weight class, who's somebody who can hassle their ass off, huh?
Gillespie.
Yeah, take your pick of those guys who can really grapple a leech, and then he might have a problems. You know what I mean? If someone's smart enough to just make it a boring fight, you know what I mean, and just go in and hassle fuck him,
Wait, they are featherweights, right?
I don't even remember.
Like what's his face, the Jits guy that you love, Kenny's guy who won the Ultimate Fight, Ryan. He's 45. They are 45 in Gillespie. They're 45s, right? Not 55s. Anyway,
High and Ha?
Yeah, I'm thinking like I'm saying Gregor, but I can't remember if Gregor's a lightweight or a featherweight right now. I'm blanking. I can't remember anyway.
I don't remember either. But I'm just saying, I think that might have had something to do with maybe people was like, oh fuck, there's a way to just negate this guy's crazy shit,
Yeah, you're right.
So I think that's kind of what happened, why people got a little. Because I think people was very, very, very high on him. Like, oh, this is the next guy. And then they saw that and they go, oh, well, if you put him against a hassler, look what's going to happen. So then
there's that. And there was also still some people were a little salty. I was there in Mexico City when he and Jeremy, there was the scratch on the eye. And then everybody started throwing stuff. And, I mean.
Well, that's just passion. That's his passion.
That, but obviously he comes out kind of on the losing end of that scenario because it's just bad luck. It's just like what are you gonna do about it? Like there's nothing.
Listen, let's talk about good luck here. I brought you a little something for
What'd you bring
Valentine.
me for Valentine's Day? You brought me, well,
I brought you a flower arrangement with a hot garden. Oh, caralho.
is that
It's from Amazon. Huh?
artificial? That look,
It's from the Amazon.
it's artificial though, right?
What's the difference? I didn't say it came from the Amazon rainforest. It came from fucking Amazon, the site.
Okay.
You should be lucky you're getting anything here. Look at those. Look at those arrangements. Look at the hawks.
You're right. It's very pretty. It's very pretty.
Then also, I don't want you to get too fat, so I just got you a little something. This is artisan chocolate, dark, with the peanut butter. Yeah.
I actually don't like peanut butter.
Who gives a shit? I'm gonna eat it anyway. And then an aphrodisiacs, an already open bag, so I'd have my fingers, the essence of my fingers, been rummaging around in there from a Trader Joe of a sour cherry. Caralho. Okay.
No
it's
flowers?
like, huh?
No flowers?
That was the flowers. It's a plant. This is the 2023. That's it played out. I get you a dozen houses or whatever.
Right, the house plant.
And then here's the cool, the gas. I got you a Vev Cook.
Mostly Cove?
Whatever's the fucking one, okay?
Oh, I like Mostly
Jose.
Cove.
And I took the liberty of opening some of that one.
Wait, no. Wait. Why is that black?
Because I put squid inks in there, like 1-2 drops, and that's an aphrodisiac.
Squid ink and champagne?
Yeah, you don't know about that kind of stuff. And then, so I'm gonna enjoy these ones. You're gonna live vicarious through me. I'm gonna enjoy these ones throughout the rest of the podcast. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna pretend you're here, and we're just talking. And this is how I seduce you. Look, I go like this. Tell me more.
Do you need a napkin?
And then you know what else? I drop one of these. Look. Oh, whoops. Oh, God, I seem to drop that one down my chest.
Quick,
sour.
Before it gets all funky and weird.
It gets so warm. It gets so warm. It turned into a cherry cobbler in there.
Wow. Gee, too bad the horoscope app said we were incompatible, because otherwise I'd be calling Lyft.
You can lift my Johnson.
Off the floor. It's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dragging on the floor. You have to like, you know what you have to do? Because it's drag on the floor, when you pick it up, you have to go like this. Look, like kiss it up to God or whatever. You know how you do that one? Like dirt, God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt.
Kiss it up to God.
Yeah, you kiss that one up to God, you go like this. Kiss that one like a habit foot, a habit feet. How ironic, it's the same feet. It's one feet. It's 1 foot, 12 inch. Is that too much? Is that TMI? To know about all the dust bunnies and stuffs that it collect on the ground.
Oh.
And watermelon seed and sunflower seed and stuff on there. And old buttons and clothespins and stuff. That
Where
drag
are you
onto
walking? Through somebody's
my
sewing
house.
room?
No, it's my abode. Listen, this it's the old girl's day off.
You dragging it between the like couch cushions? Like
why not,
what the
Paul?
hell?
Listen, it's my prerogative, like a Bobby Brown said.
Oh God. Oh my God.
If I want to make love to my own couch cushions every once in a while, who's to say?
Hey, why not? Dim all the lights. Okay. So What did you? I know we're gonna get into. I have Valentine songs, the best sexy songs, and the best breakup songs. But I'm curious. Before the game, I had said I was gonna root for Kansas City.
Yeah, me too.
They did pull that off, and I don't know. Before you were here, I don't know. You were on Brazilian time. I was talking about Patrick Mahomes. And I like him. He seems he's
I like Patrick Mahomes.
I have nothing against Jalen Hurts. I just like.
I'm surprised you're not attracted from Jalen Hurts. He looked like a young Hanato Laranja.
I haven't even really looked at his face like that.
Oh, he looked like he looked like me in high school, kind of.
Really? Let me see. Because I honestly I can't remember what his face looks like. Just
come on, the guy's a good-looking guy, porra. I would imagine you would think he's good-looking.
Oh, yeah, he is cute. For those who don't, this is it. This is
no, but not that version. The more recent version.
Oh, is that?
That's like an old
buzz
picture.
cut now. Is this the more recent version?
Yeah, but why are you taking like the corny like LinkedIn
I just
pictures?
did a Google search. What am I supposed to look for? His like.
I don't look for him when he's like playing or like looking sharp or whatever.
No, okay.
And he's like buff and shit. I mean, I would imagine girls would go crazy over that fucking guy.
Yeah, no, he's cute. You're right.
And he played great.
I guess I hadn't really noticed.
But Mahomes, whoo.
No, I'm kidding. No, I know. I like Mahomes. I like his vibe. He's hella talented.
How about how country? How about how country he sound? He's like, we're going to Disneyland or whatever. He's funny. And his you ever seen how ghetto his dad is or whatever? Like his dad is fucking funny, porra.
Yeah. Well, I just was very impressed with, because we all know that his ankle was jacked and the fact that he was still as mobile as he was in the second half, because that looked bad at the end of the first. So the fact that he just came out and just tore it up. But I thought it was a very entertaining game. And I know, like you were saying before, people are pissed off about the holding call.
Fuck all that.
The guy admitted it. He's like, yeah, I was holding.
Listen, guess what? True. They got a whole touchdown. Philly could credit with this fucking offsides call that happened down there. It's like, look, it goes both ways. That fucking cheap offsides call on third down or whatever. Then they get first down, and there was a fucking basically handing them a fucking touchdown. So you know what it's like? What's good for the fucking goose is good for the gander. And guess what? There was a lot. The Philly coach said it best. He's like, it don't come down to the whole. There's a lot of fucking plays in the whole game, and we're focusing on that one. But there's a lot of stuff. It's just that's the way the cookie crumble. You know what I'm saying?
But of course, it's going to get the attention because it's late in the game.
Of course, and if I'm a Philly fan,
that's the one. But you're right; it's the butterfly effect. A first down you didn't convert in the second quarter could have been the butterfly that actually.
Listen, you know what? How about this? How about the fucking unforced fumble? The Butterfingers by your boy Genuine over there in the fucking first half. Yeah, that was an unforced error. How about blame it on that? If that don't happen, they win. You know what I mean? So fuck it.
Yeah. Well, I do like Kansas City. I mean, I don't know if they're turning into a dynasty, but hey, can you hear this? Wait, can you hear this?
The fuck is that?
My cuckoo clock. I finally hung it up. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 8:00. So it's going to hoot 8 times.
Oh,
and then it's going to play a little song. This is the thing.
I don't give a hoot about that kind of shit.
This is my I finally hung it up. I bought it last month when I went on that cursed trip up. What is that? Rachmaninoff? I forget who that is.
What? You better turn those off when I come over there for a fucking Valentine.
But so that's my cuckoo clock. And so I bought it and I finally hung it up. But I really, really like it. I bought it for myself up in Solvang. It's made in Germany and it plays like a variety of different songs on the so there's like I want to sing. I don't know how many.
All the bonus that was excited from earlier is at half smashed now.
Really like it. And so it has a cuckoo. I should explain it. I'm gonna show it on Insta. It has a cuckoo that comes out the top, and then it has a lumberjack guy on one side. So you see him chopping wood, and then on the other side there's a little water wheel that goes around. So that's why when the music's playing, he's sitting there chopping his wood, and the water wheels go.
I'll provide you with some wood. I'll put you on the water wheel. Got all you. Well,
Somebody needs to make me go. Oh, for release. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is Beethoven. You're right. It is. It is.
never mind Beethoven.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
what the
but
fuck
yeah,
was
so
I saying?
Okay, so did you like Rihanna?
Oh wait, hold on. Back to your cuckoo clock. Okay, I did something recently that I'm proud of myself.
Which
I
is
figured out how to make an original hingchon that I had always been thinking about
which
that I
was
wanted, and it was in Eddie Murphy Hall. Eddie Murphy is talking about his dad drunk when he's calling him after the fight that happened with Danny Cherio and fucking Jimmy Walker or whatever.
and what is
Anyway,
this from?
and from Eddie Murphy Hall, the
Oh,
comedy.
Raw. I was
And
like, what is it? Yeah, Raw.
sorry,
Come on,
English is not
performance,
my
Raw.
first language. I'm sorry. So now,
Like
when
hee-haw?
his father's drunk, he goes, "Ba-da-da-da-ding, ba-da-da-da-da-ding." Go, that's not me. That's a motherfucking telephone, Lil. You know what I'm saying? He goes, "Ba-da-da-da-da-ding." You go, you hear that? And so it's him going, "Ba-da-da-da-da-ding." And he goes, that's not me, motherfucker. That's the telephone. So I sampled that one and took it and figured out how to make, and I'm proud of that one. So every time my phone hit, go, "Ba-da-da-da-ding," and it's a crowd pleaser.
That's funny. That's nice. That's good. Good for you.
Yeah, good for me.
Good for you. Did you see wait, actually I don't know if I have it. Never mind.
Why do I look like Richard Gere in American Gigolo?
You do kind of.
I look like I should be getting into a Porsche.
You do. You're American Higolo, huh?
Yeah.
So I yesterday had a little fun,
Oh,
and
how
because
refreshing.
I personally loved Rihanna at the Super Bowl.
Look at you. Wait, let me see that again. Look at the curves. Never mind that one. I want to see the one where you're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but someone needs to put a baby in you like fucking
No,
Rihanna.
no more babies. You want to see me walk?
Yeah, let's see you walk. Let's see you sashay those.
Let me see you, Sasha.
The hips and the cake.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah, look at that, fellas. Look at that. Look at the hips. Look
Third
at that.
Valentine's Day in a row, still single. Oh, I need to do a reset on the camera here.
It's okay to be single, just as long as you're getting yours.
Yeah,
You still need your reset. You still look
I know,
fucking blurry.
I know. It's okay, hold on.
Ba-da-da-da-ding. Ba-da-da-da-ding.
Wait, I keep taking myself out and coming back and it's still blurry. That's the dang thing about doing okay.
Well, you shouldn't have did that.
I
Now
know,
people
I
gotta
shouldn't
see
have
your
done
Uncle
that.
Nash.
This might help. Hold on.
What's the hiding on there?
You just do like a white balance thing and it's there you go.
Oh shit. The light skin balance.
That's a technical thing. You just do a white balance and it'll bring it back. But yeah, anyway, I was having fun. I thought Riri was great. I am biased. I am a big fan. I think
Okay,
she's
so I have to
awesome.
admit.
I thought it was awesome. And I thought it looked so cool. The dancers were great. The levels were cool. Like she to me is just cool. Like she didn't have to try that hard. I like her. I don't know.
Look, I got nothing against Rihanna. But I have to be honest
put
here.
something up against Rihanna.
I wouldn't mind, but she better comb her bangs down over that forehead for her. Yeah, but you know Mike Epps.
People like you that have kept me from wearing my hair back.
Okay,
Because
well, too bad. If you think she got twice the fucking forehead you got. She got a forehead like there used to be a villain that used to fight the Hulk, and his name was like something head or some shit like that, or the thinker or some shit like that. His head was like this fucking big. You know what's fucking funny? I was dying. Mike Epps, one of his old specials, it was just how when she used to date what's the fucking brown kid, Chris Brown. And he was like, it was so fucked up, but he says something and he had me die. I was like drinking something, I spit it the fuck out. He was like, and the whole thing with Rihanna and Chris Brown is like, nah, don't be like that. You You don't know what the fuck. You don't know what that Frankenstein head bitch did to him. But the way he said it, just like he threw it out there, he's like, "You don't know what that Frankenstein head bitch did to you?" I couldn't fuck. I shot. I paused. I was like, "Oh shit, boy."
And
I
guess
tell you
maybe
what.
I never noticed it because I have a big forehead too. But like literally, I'm looking at all these old videos of stuff. Like that's where I'm finding things.
She
like
have an
that
extreme
stuff.
forehead.
I used to wear my hair back a lot, and then at some point, I started believing people like you that my forehead was too big, and I stopped wearing hair off.
Let me
my
tell you
face.
something. First of all, I've never said one fucking crack about your forehead. Okay, so I'm not one
A
of
lot
these
of people
people.
have though. Yes,
And I'll
not
tell you what,
specifically. A lot of
I
people.
like some forehead bitches. I like Sade is one of my all-time fucking dream girl.
But she
Okay,
has the lips too, though.
I just love her to death.
Well,
Now,
yeah, get in
I
line.
almost considered a Sade Chachu. That's how much I fucking love her. Yeah. Okay.
Like a picture of her.
Yeah. But I didn't do it. But that's how much to even consider some shit like that. Now, the forehead. Listen, Rihanna is very sexy. Okay, but I do prefer when she don't accentuate. She have a tremendous forehead, like a forehead, like you know how you see a little person. You know how like a little people have a pronounced forehead,
Yes.
and also like Ethiopians and stuff. No, I'm kidding. I love my Ethiopian.
And thanks for joining us on our last.
But they're very
episode.
smart. They
You guys,
smart.
Thanks for joining us on our last episode. It's been fun.
Let me tell you something. I like the people who have a big forehead.
So I do appreciate you being here.
Look, it's Valentine, and
you're showing the love.
Yeah, I love women who can think for themselves. God, are you?
Oh well, this person says that they think that I look. Boogeyman says I look super good with my hair pulled back. It maybe even makes me look younger.
Wow. I mean, he think you look old, and the other times. See, I like to see it. I like to see it half empty, for her. Wait, let's see.
Jay Crocker saying Sade
Sure.
16 head because I have a 5 head.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the difference. Can I tell you the difference? What I think is here.
Right.
It's not so much. There's a difference between having like a lot of maybe the hair starting back a certain time, okay, and then there's a difference between having like a forehead that come out at you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like where your forehead is like this, like God, are you?
Forehead. It's just that it's.
So I think in my estimation, and I'm gonna quantify this or qualify this, whatever you call, I think Rihanna is very attractive. I would be over the moon to sleep with her. Okay.
You wish, yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to say that I don't like her. I'm saying she have a hell of a fucking forehead. You know how someone you even think is very attractive, they might have one feature that you're like you're gonna overlook that one.
Yes.
You know, they might have a hell of a schnozzle. They might have some kind of fucking weird widow's peak that you don't like, or some fucking thing that's like something you just, hey, it's not my favorite, but I'm gonna overlook that one. You know, they got a weird feature, the weird chose, or some fucking thing that's off, or one nose is crooked. I don't know what it is. The ears look fucking funny. The ears stick out. I don't know, but you're like whatever. That part of her, she's perfect, except that the fucking forehead is not my favorite. Okay, sorry, sue me. I got stuff that might not be someone's favorite. Some people don't like deep, dark, brooding eyes.
Some people don't like
Some people don't like curly hair, like lamb's wool, like baby lamb wool. Some people don't like cinnamon, caramel, dulce de leche. Some people don't want a man to be in better shape than them.
You smell like patchouli. What do you smell like?
Ooh,
no.
No.
I like patchouli.
Now that smells like somebody panhandling on Hate Street.
Hippies. Yeah, hippies are patchouli, but I do like
that smells like someone doing the sticks. You know the sticks with the thing and the hacky sack.
Yes,
Fuck that.
I actually really love the smell of
I tell you what else I don't like, and for you guys out there, and for you girls that
is for me, if we're getting romantic, yes,
please. Ooh, no fucking thank you, but no thanks. I'm more of like I'm gonna smell something like cool water.
No, sandalwood's my favorite, but if you
No, fucking sandalwood. See, you like
sandalwood and patchouli together, or like frankincense, like sandalwood and vanilla, or sandalwood.
Well, no, I know
jasmine.
Frankenstein. I smell like a Frankenstein. That one I put the oil, okay, but that's different.
Frankincense is good.
Yeah, that's why I put that one, the Frankenstein. It have certain properties, antifungal. But listen, I smell like cool water. I smell like
I don't want you to smell like a fresh shower. Cool, like the cool water.
I like that. I smell fresh. I smell. That's why we're not fucking each other. Don't worry about it.
Shower doesn't.
Listen,
that's not a sexy smell to me. Sorry.
You know what's a sexy? You know when you get turned on when I reveal my Schwanzenstück, then you're not gonna worry if you smell like Irish Spring or Bay Hum.
It better be freshly showered, but I'm just saying.
It smells like Bay Hum.
That's nice.
I smell like a high Kahari.
You smell like high karate.
Yeah. Or no, I smell like Giorgio. I smell like designer imposter.
Wow. Wait, what was the other?
No, you're thinking of Ciao Francesco Hinaldi.
No, I know, but there was another. There was like some perfume thing where there was like a.
There's Parfums Decor, which is like the imposters. It's like why spend all the money on Giorgio when you can have. Yeah.
Or do you remember Canoe? Do you Canoe or whatever? Was it Canoe?
That's really fucking old. God,
I know. It's really
my dad used to smell like Old Spicy. He used to just put the one that looked like he's putting vinaigrette.
Old Spice that came into like the jigger thing that you this guy's saying Enderband saying designer imposter was awesome.
Oh,
this means Enderband used to buy, he used to buy the Drakkar Noir imposter probably.
Of course. And then he'd get the one that smelled like Paco Rabanne.
Paco Rabanne.
Yeah. Or Shalimar.
Dungu, does that beer all the talk about frankincense and sandalwood, we're at Pier 1 all of a sudden.
Sandalwood. No, that's not for me. You need to date someone like Eric Benet, or you need to date one of the people from Hashtag Development.
I just need to date a person.
Group.
Hey, but here's the thing, Hanato. It's the third Valentine in a row without somebody. So the first year I had no dates. Then last year I had one date. So I'm on track for 2 dates.
Let me give you that.
So I'm pretty excited. Lot to look forward to.
Listen.
2 nights to look forward to.
Listen. Getting a date on Valentine is the most played out.
Oh, I'm not talking about tonight. I'm just saying in general. Like,
listen,
it's just that Valentine's Day is one of those days where it's made up and it's BS, but like it still does mess with you because everybody, like all day, like you turn on the TV, you turn on, like that's all it is. And
yeah, so but you know what?
One of those days that's like it's like designed to just like, even if you didn't want to think about it, it makes you think about it.
But let me just remind you of something, okay? Just like, let's say, Thanksgiving or Christmas, okay?
Mm-hmm.
People post a picture of the turkey, of the family going like this and all that nice stuff.
Yeah.
Half the shit was people arguing with each other, the baggage, the hatred, the fucking the old chestnuts coming home to roost or whatever the fuck is going on there.
Yeah.
Every time you see the fucking love of my lifey and the kissy bear and all that bullshit on the Valentine Day, what you call it when you have to do it? It's
performative.
No, not just performative. It's
obligatory.
Obligatory. Yeah, it's obligatory. If you don't do it, the fucking chick's gonna get upset. Okay? Or if you have a possessive guy who's gonna be like, well, why you didn't put us on there or whatever. And it's like it's a good thing for me too though, because that's how I found out girls I need to unfollow. When I see some girl with big cheeks and stuff that I follow just because of the way she looks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I see her post have the nerve to post a picture of her like chunk kissing her boyfriend. I go like this, unfollow. Fuck
bye.
You. Yeah, bye. I'm like, at least keep the fantasy alive, caralho. I'm not following to see pictures of you kissing your boyfriend and holding his hand like this, caralho. Look, caralho.
Oh no, not that. Yeah, no. Oh, believe me, with like every fiber of my being, I would much rather be alone than in a relationship where you're not really happy and you're just pretending and you're performing.
And I'm not telling.
And so many people are in those, and so yeah. Like it's not that I like my own company. I just have too much of it.
Yeah. One is company. One's too much company
But
for
I'm
you.
cool. Like
But
I go on trips by myself. I do things by myself.
oh god,
It's not that. I just am a social person. So the fact that I spend so much time alone, it's like it's like
your heart is
it's
aching.
who I am. It's like so it's a forced like hermitage. You know what I
You know what
mean?
I do instead of that one? So that could be the same for me, but instead I go out there and I procure people to do intercourse to every once in a while, so I can enjoy that stuff, enjoy my
Where
life.
do you go to meet your girls?
I go
It
to
is
live.
Valentine's Day, by the way. We're going to go through some sexy songs and some breakup songs that if you guys have relationship questions, put them in here and stuff like that. But yeah,
Sure.
Hanato, where
Or
do you go
even
to meet
sex
your
questions or a Valentine question or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Where do
Um,
you go to meet your people?
well, so a lot of time I meet shit when I'm not looking for that one. I can meet that one walking my doggy. I can meet that one doing a hike. I can meet that
Uh-huh.
one at the supermarket. I
Yeah.
can meet that in a lot of places. But if I'm actively looking for that one, I do check out the apps and stuff. Or I might holler at somebody on Instagram, like if it's an attractive girl, we follow each other, and then we was goofing around in
Really?
the comments. I might see if she live anywhere, and I might see what's
Really?
cracking.
I've never done that.
I have.
But the apps I won't do because even you have said to me and other people have confirmed they're like, oh, all the guys on those are garbage.
But all the guys is that depend on what you think is garbage, because the guys in here life is garbage too. If
Well, then
garbage
wait,
means
I live in
that
Los Angeles. The guys are garbage.
if garbage means the guys want to fuck you, then every guy is garbage.
No, but they're only on that app to do that. Which you confirmed to me.
I would say that, let's put it to you this way. I don't know a lot of guys that's clamoring, some, but I don't know a whole lot that is clamoring for a relationship, okay?
Right.
Mostly the guys that I know, they meet you, they're having fun with you, and the best part for them is the beginning, when you're kind of infatuate with each other, but you're not kind of checking on each other. You haven't discussed what you are yet, and you're just laughing and having good sex, and you're enjoying life. Usually, in my experience, not always, of course, there's possessive guys or guys that want relationships and stuff, okay, but most of the guys I know, they're trying to put off any questions of what we are and all that shit as long as possible,
For sure.
because they also like to maybe keep themselves free.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't mean they don't like you.
Wait, so here's my thing is what I'm looking for, let's say we were on a plane and there's main cabin,
Oh,
there's comfort plus.
no,
And then
comfort
there's,
plus.
first class. So if first class is a relationship and main cabin is like a date now and then, I'm looking for comfort plus, like casual plus. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not necessarily like, I don't need a boyfriend necessarily. Although if I had one, that'd be okay. I'm not like, that'd
Listen.
be cool. But I'm not like, I don't necessarily need like a boyfriend. But it'd be cool if I
think
had
you
somebody
could-
that I knew that every time I wanted to go out on Friday or Saturday or whatever on the night of the week, that they also did, and that we were both each like, each of us had first right of refusal. Do you know what I mean? Like
I think
you
that
knew
can
You were
happen.
like the first, you're number one.
I think you can have that easily, and
That's what I'm looking for.
I think that you can also have that from a look, as much as you think I'm
I can't get on it now.
whatever you think I am, I can be susceptible to dating a girl that's like kind of like the main friend. You know what I mean? But then
Right.
then she's not fucking questioning me about every fucking move I'm making and stuff like that. I can handle that. Now, here's the stuffs. That you can definitely find that on the dating sites. I think that I just believe that also. Another stuff is this. Sometimes guys, it's a lot to keep on asking girls out in real life. Okay, it's much easier and less
The rejection isn't the same on an app.
less
as it is in real life,
intimidating.
probably, right?
It's less intimidating Okay, let's. Here's a perfect reason for you to try this. You probably on a daily basis are passing by guys that would ask you out, but for various reasons. Just listen to me. Without you, just listen to what I'm saying. For various reasons, maybe shit they're going through in their life. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe whatever. They don't feel like getting the possibility of having someone go the Santa Claus in fucking A Christmas Story. Like you shoot your eye out, kid. Oh no.
Right.
Okay. So they was about to maybe say something, and they go, fuck it. I don't got the energy to chap dance for this fucking chick right now. Fuck it. Okay. Now, but the thing on the fucking online is like it give you.
While you're on the can taking a dump, you can.
No, it's not. You're looking at ways to shoot it down, but it's also like, for instance, the same reason why, and I know it's modern life. You know, sometimes texting has taken over, just like the phone call for just normal day-to-day stuff. Sometimes you don't have enough energy for a long phone call, and just texting is take care of that one. In the same way, I feel like the dating site, and I just thought of this, is like the texting of asking somebody out. It's just a little less. You can do it at your own leisure. You can wait till you've had your coffee. You wait till you're in the mood to go like, okay, so we matched. And just because you match with somebody don't mean that you have to do something. But you matched, and then maybe you're not in the mood to throw out some one-liners or whatever the fuck you want to charm her to death or whatever. And you wait till you're in the fucking mood and you feel like, you know what? I'm in the mood to get frisky and talk to this person that I matched with. Let me say some shit. Let me throw out the first salvo or whatever. And then sometimes she take it and she come back with a funny one and you go, oh God, are you? This one have a sense of humor, or this one got the reference. Interesting stuff. And then you start to see what's going on here. And there's a lot less, let's say you throw out a line and she don't say shit, it's crickets. Okay, whatever. It's not like me walking up to her and her going, nah, not no. You know what I mean? It's less, and you have a better chances, I think, on of to find guys that's interested in you. What's wrong with that? I don't get it.
Well, there's a lot of things. By the way, you're a little like a little jittery. Maybe it'll catch up now. It was lagging a little. It's like a little hiccupy. I can hear you perfectly, but your visual was a little.
So now is it still the fucked up? Because I can just go out.
Just for me, it is a little bit. Yeah, go out and come back.
Let me just try something here.
Go out and come back for me. So here's the thing, though.
Wait, hold on. Never mind. Just keep going. I don't know. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. There's a few things that I have issues with, and that is seeing other friends of mine and knowing people that have been on apps out here. And like I said, the guys on them are just absolute garbage. And the other thing is like he said, the texting and all this stuff. Well, I already have to spend like way too much time doing things on my computer and on my phone because of like I just do for all my YouTube stuff, like whatever. So all the tech stuff is now on me, which I hate. So anything that involves technology is basically already got a negative connotation for me. So the idea of then relying on my phone to like for it to be the vehicle for me getting dates and things like that, when like I want to spend less time on my phone, is problematic for me. And then also the whole idea, like he was saying, where is he even back? About the texting and all this. Here's the thing. You know, I think I'm pretty clever and stuff like that. And I actually, you know, like I like to write. I consider myself witty or whatever. So partly too, I don't want to spend a bunch of time texting with people. I just don't want to waste my time like texting with people and giving away that I don't think I have the patience for it. And there's other things from there's just other things from like my whatever. I know we got to like grow up and move on. Oh, do I have to send him a new invite? I think I do. Hold on. Sorry folks, I forgot. I think I have to maybe send him another invite. I just sent him one just in case. That just some stuff, you know, we all grow up in stuff that happened to us as kids and younger people. We're supposed to outgrow that, and it's not supposed to be a big deal. But you still can't help that things that maybe happened to you when you were younger, like still trigger things now. So that's another reason why I just can't. I just can't do it. But I think it works a lot better for guys. Anyway, from what I've heard from a lot of friends, it definitely does seem like it works better for guys. But P. Brown, is this a picture of Elvin from the Cosbys? What are you talking about? Are you talking about this? No, that is definitely not. That's Wayne Newton. That's an autographed picture of Wayne Newton. So I don't know who's. Oh yeah, Elgin, the one who married the eldest sister, right? Is that who you're talking about? Yeah, that's who maybe you're thinking of. Eldon? No. Anyway, that's not him. That's Wayne Newton. That is Wayne Newton. Oh, okay. Welcome back, Valentine.
Am I back? Why? What the fuck is so funny?
At this point, I feel like I should show the screen names.
Go ahead. I don't care.
I don't even know. I forget how let me see. How do I do that? I think.
Let me get squared away here.
I don't remember how. Wait, I forget how to do that. I might not. I might have had to do that from the beginning. Anyway. Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh, Valentine. Why not?
Nice.
That's who I am tonight. Now,
back. You look better.
What was I? Okay, so let me help you out. Now. I'm gonna what?
Go ahead.
I want to tell you about something you might not know about. Maybe you do. I don't know. Do you know that there's a dating site for like uppity, like people who is well known, like that is celebrities and shit and stuff? Do you know about that? Yeah. Why you don't try Haya?
Well, Raya, supposedly you have to get like referred to it or whatever.
I think you have to be accepted. I know,
but I don't know anybody who's actually on it. And then I looked at Raya and I looked at.
But like, you would.
Oh, okay. But listen, here's
you would qualify for that.
I would know. I know I would totally qualify, but I don't know anybody who's actually on it. When I read reviews of it, the reviews were not good. But I don't know anybody who's actually on it. But here's the reason I don't like Raya is their app is only for iPhones. I have an Android. That means I'd have to do it on my effing iPad.
That's how they weed out. That's how they weed out the fucking bozos. Is people?
Well, then I guess I'm a bozo that's not cool enough for people on Raya. But no,
that's how you found out.
Do it on my iPad and stuff
that's like a Betamax. People, that's how you know. First of all, know people on Android.
It's like I'm not trying to pay for this crap. Like apparently, Raya tries to just bilk you out of a bunch of money.
I never used Haya. I never used Haya because I'm not uppity and I'm not trying to find celebrities. I don't give a fuck about celebrities.
We can look at it here together, but I'm telling you, I looked at it and it's like.
I like Poonchang. I don't care where
it cost.
Well, never mind that then. Don't use it. Then use the ones that I use. Okay. Or you can use some. Use Adult Friend Finder.
Well, Adult Friend Finder.
Use Creole Light Skin Finder.
Let me find. Now I'm gonna go. If I do anything, honestly, I'll go to like Ivy Meat and like you know.
No,
like,
you know you should try. There's one called Eve's Bayou. Have you ever been onto Eve's Bayou? It's for like wispy, light-skinned, earthy women who like patchouli oil and like to heat tarot cards and fucking bullshit like that, and burn Nag Champa incense that smell like an Indian restaurant.
Nice.
No, so you like all that shit that smells like shit. I like the one that smells like clean and fresh. You want to smell like an Indian restaurant.
I like sandalwood's my favorite. So. I'm gonna, I'll put an ad in the Brown Alumni magazine, maybe, like just like looking super hot and being like, you already know I'm smart since we all went to school together, but look how
Who gives a fuck about smart?
Look how effing sexy I am. Well, I need a smart person. I can't have a dummy.
Yeah, but they don't care about how smart you are. They just want to get in. They want to clap them cheeks.
I care how smart you are. Like,
they're already gonna be smart.
If you're stupid, you don't get to me if you're stupid.
Well, you don't get to me, huh?
Stupid's not sexy. I'm not gonna fall for you if you're stupid.
I understand that. Listen, the bottom line is your uncle Hanato is on this thing. Your uncle Hanato is not afraid.
You trying to give me solutions, but they're not gonna work.
Well, listen. What else you want me to tell you? To have a magic lamp and a genie gonna come out and fucking make your guy of your dreams show up in your fucking living home?
I thought about Raya. I looked at Hinge, and I looked at it, and then it started to make me so sad and depressed, like looking at it. And then also, it looked so stupid. Like it was like we try to get to know you by like asking like clever prompts, and it was like, I'm like weirdly attracted to people who are, I think this, and I was like, oh my God, this looks so stupid. Like,
well, guess what? What's more stupid?
Spending time during my day answering, well, I think I like it's so
Here's the question. Here's the philosophical question you got to ask yourself. What's more stupid? These apps and the things that's go on out there, or being alone for 3 Valentine Day and not getting no dick? I mean, for me, I like punching, and life is short, and I'm not gonna wait.
Way too short. Life's way too short.
I'm not gonna wait.
Yeah, I already know that. I already wasted so much time.
Listen, I'm not gonna wait for my God to put the perfect. You think it's gonna be like you ever seen Animal House? At one point, at the end, the fucking Playboy bunny get blasted up off the float into the kid's home. He's eating a Playboy, and the girl goes onto his bed and he goes, "Thank you, God," like that. You think that's what's gonna happen to you? No, you gotta go out there if you want to.
Don't expect anything.
You gotta procure some dick. You gotta be proactive on to that one.
I try, but I don't.
Look at your mom, Maybelline.
You literally told me that all the guys on the apps were garbage. Like
I didn't say that. I said I didn't say they're garbage. I said if what you think is a guy wanna fuck you, make him garbage, then every guy, not just on apps, every guy is garbage.
That doesn't make them garbage. But the way you had,
Either you want dick or you don't.
Enderband saying she thinks she's too good for that. Oh, the queen comes down from her ivory tower to slum with us. The queen speaks. No, I don't think I'm too good for it. Like I said, it actually brings up a lot of like really difficult, awful things from when I was younger that like are actually quite traumatic that I don't want to like open myself back up to. It's not about me thinking I'm better than that at all. It's not that at all. I mean, it is to a degree in that I'm not gonna, since I do have a job in the public eye, I don't want randos in my life. Like, and I have a real trust issue. Like that's another reason why the app thing just doesn't seem, that's why if I was going to do one as stupid as it is, like the Raya one where you're supposed to get whatever, like it has a lot to do with, who am I letting in my life? Like some.
So here's a question. I got a question for you. Okay. Let's say you're walking down the street down fucking little Ethiopia, okay? And then this very attractive man walks by, and he looks at you and he says some little whatever the fuck, and then you exchange your phone numbers, like because you're old school, he hides on pencil on a legal pad or whatever, okay? Now you go home, then you call this fucking guy, whatever, in 2 days or whatever it is that you think you need to do. What is it? This guy haven't been vetted by the FBI.
I know, but I would have gotten a vibe from him in person. That just makes all the difference. And because women know, we know within a matter of seconds if we would or wouldn't.
But here's the thing: never mind would or wouldn't. You don't know shit about this guy. You don't know if
But I
he's
know
got
that
a
instantaneous assessment
not.
that I've already
Hold
made.
on though. Hold on. There's a lot of smooth operators out there. This guy could be. This guy could be any kind of. He could be in a. He could be
For
married.
sure.
He
For
could
sure.
be. He could also have awful taste in movies, books, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, I'll
He
find
might.
that out though.
I understand that, but hold on. And this other shit. Why would that guy be worth finding that out any more than some Joe Blow who's on a
Only
app?
because I would have been able to get a visceral sort of bodily chemical response in person, which
Yeah.
is different. Like, because that's what I'm saying. Like, people lie in photos. I don't know how old that photo is. That
But
you
that's
put
the
on that
thing.
app.
You go on a
I don't know,
fucking
whatever.
coffee
And so
date.
if I met you in person, if we're walking down the street in Little Ethiopia, and I saw you, at least I would have a vibe from you.
Okay, but then you go on a coffee date with the fucking guy that you like on the internet, and then you go see, and if you look like shit in person, you go like this. Hey, it was nice having coffee with you. Go have a nice fucking life. Big deal. You might get some nice dick out of the situation. Hey, listen, I can lead a horse to cock, but I can't make him to enjoy that one.
Don't call me a horse.
You're a centaur.
Hey, okay, so
You're a witch, a Creole.
And believe me, people are saying like, oh, you gotta put yourself out there. It's not that I don't. I do try, but yes, Randy, I do have high standards to quite an degree, and VT agrees with me. Does not do the apps.
All right, so what? Hey, listen, to each their own. I'm not complaining about not getting any moonshine. So
no. So here's the thing. So D&D saying, how about going to wine tastings and whiskey tastings?
I'll give you a wine tasting.
Guess who took their ass up to Solvang Wine Country by themselves a few weeks ago? And it was
but did you go do a tasting?
All I did was go to like wine places. All I did was sit around and drink wine by myself, and nobody came to talk to me. Literally.
But did you see any guys that was a trash?
No, everybody there is in couples. By the way, that's what I found out, is that everybody who goes to Solvang is already in a couple.
Guess where there's a place to go.
They go to stuff like that interests them, so that way if they met, they'd have something to talk about. So Dean, that is exactly why I constantly am going to art fairs and things like that, because I'm like, oh well, I like art. Like,
but the people who go there,
believe me, it's not that I don't try. I was going to try to go to the one the other night, and then we didn't end up going because Kiddo wasn't feeling too good. But I believe me, I go to like things that like with the radio station puts out, like, but the thing is, an open house over here. Oh, we're having a thing.
But guess what?
Like, I go.
Guess what? The people that's going to that, the people you're gonna see there. Can I tell you something? The people you're gonna see there, they met on apps and shit, and they go as a couple together to these fucking stuff. Sorry.
Okay. So hey, listen, Hanato. What I on the good old internets, I looked up what they believe, what the internet believes are some of the best sexy songs. So
I don't trust the internet with this.
Okay, so this is I have a couple of pages of sexy songs and a couple of pages of great breakup songs. But I'm curious for folks here, so they had WAP on here, which I don't think is a great sexy song. But okay, so let me see.
That could be a great fucking song,
Right. So, that's what I'm saying. These are sexy. It wasn't necessarily like when it was the list.
Not romance.
Sexy.
Not
romance, right? It was sexy songs. So like,
fair enough.
I Want Your Sex is obviously George Michael. That's right out there.
You know what I have to say? Wait a second though. For me, that's not a sexy song.
I Want Your Sex.
There's songs of his that's sexy. Like I would argue that Father Figure is a very much more sexy song.
It is.
Because I Want Your Sex is like.
But see, I Want Your Sex is a song that I could see somebody doing a funny, playful striptease, like half laughing, half sexy. Like
okay, fair enough.
But I agree. Father Figure is a sexier song for sure.
Father Figure sound like you guys about to get into some shit.
So please me, I love Bruno Mars. Please
I don't know that one.
Babe. Okay,
see, I don't even know that.
I'm down with Bruno. But if we're going old school, Feel Like Making Love from Roberta Flack, you've busted that out.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Love to Love You, Baby from Donna Summer.
Now that okay, so now you're speaking my language because that literally is on one of my my sexuality mixes.
Love to Love You, Baby.
And I'll tell you what else is on there. A hip hop song that is one of the sexiest, dirtiest song that samples that song, which is Digital Underground, "Freaks of the Industry."
Okay.
Woo! You want to talk
well,
about some stuff?
Well, there's a lot there. That was just page one. Like I said, I have another page.
"Freaks of the Industry." You want a sexy hip hop song? "Freaks of the Industry." Your Uncle Hanato never told you no lies, boy.
All right. Well, hey, rest in peace, by the way.
Aww.
And rest in peace, Trugoy.
Depressing. So depressing.
Come on.
So fucking depressing. What do you know? It sucks true because when one of those people die of one of those groups that have like 3 guys and shit, I mean, just as fans and musically, you can't play. If you're in a hawk group, okay, if you're in the Eagles, you can have one fucking original member and have a bunch of session guys or whatever.
Beastie
when you gotta
Boys
have,
coming back.
That's what I mean. I was just about to say the Beastie Boys. There's no such thing as the Beastie Boys anymore. There's not gonna be no De La Soul anymore. There's no such thing now. Now you could have like the Whispers, and you might not have any fucking.
There won't be any more Rush, right?
Yeah. Well,
did they go out?
That's what I mean. Die? You can get away with
drummer die? Lifeson?
with hot groups. Who?
Didn't Alex Lifeson, the drummer, die?
I thought.
I mean Neil Peart. There's Neil.
Yeah,
Getty,
that's what I was just about to say. Neil Peart. But listen.
Or Alex.
Like for instance,
Neil Peart's the drummer, right? Alex was the other guy.
If you have a like for instance, I saw Howard Planch, okay?
Oh, we were talking about this. I've seen him.
It was literally just Howard Planch and none of the other members of Led Zeppelin, save for the son.
Jason Bonham. I was just going to say, I saw him with Jason
But still,
Bonham.
No original members. Yeah. And just because it was Howard Planch, when they was playing Led Zeppelin songs, I was like, this is what it was like to see Led Zeppelin. I mean, it was thunderous fucking, and all you needed was his voice still, you know what I mean? Now, I would have loved to have a Jimmy Page, but even without Jimmy Page, it was still incredible. But you can't do Beastie Boys or you can't do fucking De La Soul. So that's a conundrum. It's very sad. When these hip hop guys go, that's it.
You're right. Well, you're absolutely right. But I want to get to some more of these sexy songs because now you mentioned Robert Plant. Like Cashmere should be on here. If you put Cashmere
you know which one?
On, bruh.
Okay, for me, now it's funny because
they use it in what do you call it?
Fast Times. Hitchman.
Cashmere works. Sorry.
Now I'll tell you what's sexier for me than Cashmere. I mean, Cashmere is great, but when the levee break.
Oh, when the levee breaks is so good. I mean, everybody thinks it's Stairway to Heaven, but when the levee breaks, it's got that great driving rhythm.
That just sounds like that. The waves is crazy. The levees is breaking.
When the levee break, that's
good. Boom, boom, boom. And then that fucking harmonica come in there, and it sounds kind of haunting or whatever.
Well, plus when the levee breaks is cool too because it's like a deeper album cut, and they'll be like,
that's some serious fucking. Serious fucking is happening.
Though is so sexy and like it's just so oozy and like
that one's cool too. But for, Cashmere that's more dreamy. Like you're thinking of like Marrakesh and like spices and stuff.
I'm thinking of being with somebody not you. I'm thinking of being with somebody much more exotic than
God, are you?
With.
You're thinking of someone that smelled like sandalwood, poor huh?
If it was my mom, it'd be Omar Sharif, and she's gonna laugh.
I'll tell you, if it's your mom, it'd be your uncle Hanachi. Your mommy want an Uncle Hanachi type.
Well, you know this one. You know what I do actually love to when I was saying about this funny striptease song, but like, do you think I'm sexy from Rod Stewart? If you want my body,
that's not a bad look. Rod Stewart got some shit.
Song, dude. That song is great.
Yeah.
But so the Sweetest Taboo. There's your Sade.
Listen. All Sade. Look. Sade and Prince is like they're not even human beings. It's like they're like mythological gods. You know what I mean? Like
right.
These are different.
Well, it's funny though because earlier I was talking to Kiddo because we went to see Lil Nas X, and "Call Me by Your Name" is one of these songs that's on the list too. And I actually love
Okay.
that song, and I was listening to it before the show.
I'm not sure I know that one, but okay.
Call me by your name.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's really good. But also, just basically anybody can put on the entire Silk Sonic record. If you can't get it done with that Silk Sonic record on, like, you're never getting it done, because that record actually has the greatest like falling in love songs, and the greatest "You Broke My Heart" songs, and the greatest like "Hang in There, Isn't Love Like a Torture, But Don't We Love Love" songs. Like, literally from start to finish, the Silk Sonic record is like the most fun romantic ride.
Yeah.
And the songs are killer.
There's good ones. I mean, there's certain I like to personally. I
And
like
it's
to
Bruno
throw
Mars
in.
and Anderson .Paak, you know. Yeah.
Hi. There's certain ones that I like to. I like to make my own mixes and stuff, and different styles of ones or whatever. I mean, like, I even have one that's just all Latin sexy songs. Like, I mean, but like kind of 70s salsa type shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like early
Yeah.
70s, like various. That stuff is very sexy, even if you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But also there's certain people, like, of course, Sade. You throw in a Sade, you start to finish, you could put on the whole one, and he's gonna take care of you. That's almost like cheating. That's like doing a prefix menu or whatever. Like, just check what she's giving you there.
I'd almost be like, if somebody puts that on, I'd be like, really though, bro? Like, it's like, you got to know me a little better. If it's the first couple times, if it's the first time and you put Sade on, I'll be like, bro.
No, I would probably put on the ones that I make. But Sade, you know, once you know the person already, and you can be like, listen, let's Sade.
Sure.
And also, listen, if you put on the Purple Hain soundtrack, that one's gonna take you to an emotional roller coaster, and you're gonna it takes you to all the kinds of fucking that you could ever want. You have your emotional stuff with Purple Hain. You have your stuff like Darling Nikki. You have it.
Yes, I love Darling Nikki.
You have a Computer Blue. You have it. Let's Go Crazy. You have it. You know. You have it. Oh, you have it. When Doves Cry. That's like some. That's some stuff where that you're in chance, like, you're looking at each other and you're really doing some stuff.
It sounds like
you're like, "Oh, caralho."
Well,
you're looking, you're staring at each other like a stare down in the, like, there's also some hatred in your eyes, but also love and passion. Oh, caralho.
Yeah, I will say, for those people who are, if you guys like indie, like if you guys are indie rockers and indie music, if you've never heard of a group called the Feelies, they have a song called.
I don't know the Feely. I know Chachi Feely. That's it.
I know they're a group called the Feelies. I think they probably broke up a long time ago or whatever, but they were a 3-piece band, actually. Speaking of 3-piece bands, and with a girl drummer, and they were really cool.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
They had a song called "Slipping Into Something," and basically,
well, what was they trying to slip into?
I know, and it's like a longer song. It's like a 7-minute song or whatever. And basically, the tempo of the song is very much like building toward a whole thing, and then it starts out mellow, and then there's a thing, and then there's a big crescendo, and and then there's like a thing, and it's a really great song. And for anybody who's like, well, I want to try something different. Slipping Into Something by the Feelies.
I'll check out. I'm not afraid to check out something different. I'll check that one out.
But it's like it's guitar jangle. It's like that kind of jangly guitar stuff from the 90s. But it's like it's not jangly.
I don't know if Jingle Jangles is what I want. I don't want to hear no Bojangles while I'm trying to.
I'm just saying, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Okay, so of course, though, Hanato, on the flip side of every great relationship, right? Right? You know what's coming.
The breakup.
The breakup songs. So here are some, like I said, I just kind of put this in on the internet, and these are some that came up. Cry Me a River from Justin Timberlake. I effing love, by the way.
That ain't my bag, but I don't besmirch anyone if that speaks to you, you know.
I love that song. But I think of it as he's more empowered in that one. But I do love that song. Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor. There's like I Will Survive, obviously, Gloria Gaynor.
I Will Survive.
Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, I also love.
Now, it's funny. That's one of those guilty pleasure because
good.
I would never buy that. I would never. It's funny though, but whenever that fucking song would come out, it's like everything about it I should not like.
It's fantastic.
But for some reason I end up going like I don't know. There's something about it that I like, but I've never like I never listened to it on purpose.
It's fantastic.
It remind me of like a show that I wouldn't look for, but if it come on, I'll stand there and then end up watching the fucking thing.
If no one's looking. But no, I love Since You've Been Gone. Like I completely co-sign that one big time.
It's not bad.
I also like things like this, like Truth Hurts from Lizzo. Why men great till they gotta be great? Like that's
I just don't know that one, but that's a function of just me being like so stuck in vintage stuffs, you know what I mean?
Well, Thank You Next from Ariana Grande is good. She's not really like upset by it, but she's just like, we're good. Thank you next. Don't Speak by No Doubt is a good one.
I remember that.
And wait, here's another page though, because I had another page of them because there's some really good ones on this one as well. This one had Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, which a lot of people like. But Love Will Tear Us Apart, Joy Division, that's a great old school one.
You should hear a song by Nina Simone called My Man Is Gone.
Oh.
That will tear your fucking heart out.
That will tear your heart out, right?
My Man Is Gone.
Call Out My Name by The Weeknd is on here. See, they put Under the Road by Boyz II Men, but all I think of that is a death song now. That's like a funeral song, but I guess
that's not a breakup song.
Is that a breakup song?
That's a death song. That is a death song.
See, Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man is great though. But also, the other one was Olivia Rodriguez, Driver's License is one that was a big like breakup song for people. Yeah.
What about The Thrill Is Gone?
Pictures of You King by The Cure. That is a good one, Dean.
How about The Thrill Is Gone, BB King?
Thrill Is Gone by BB King. That's a great one. There's a lot of good. Do you listen? Like, are you a guy? I mean, I guess. Have you been brokenhearted, Hanato?
In my earlier years, yeah.
Because I feel like you don't. I feel like you get out before you get brokenhearted.
No, I can still get broken hearts. I can still get broken hearts, but I'm not as invested as I used to be when I was a younger man,
Yeah.
I have been broken. I've definitely broken more hearts than I've had mine broke.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had a broken hearts before, Yeah, it sucks. But the most of my hearts being broken has been less by love and more by death, unfortunately. My heart. And it's a very similar feeling, except for it's more permanent because with the broken heart from the lover, if you guys, even though if there's this much chance, there's still a chance because the person is still alive that you could maybe, so it's not quite as bad. But the grief broken heart is like, no matter what you do, there's no, you know the feeling.
I do. It's terrible. For me, it's like, I like before when we were saying about the apps and putting myself out there, like I said, when I was younger, I was always the one asking because where I grew up, like there was nobody like me. And like, so nobody wanted, I'm a little like people are much cooler now about like interracial dating or dating, whatever kind of thing. Like when I was a teenager, like it wasn't cool. And so I lived in a place
in your area.
Well, where I lived, it wasn't cool. So where I lived, those people weren't into it. So I had no dates. And I was always the one asking and I always got turned down. And that's why I'm saying like, when you're like, oh, you got to just try, you got to put it out. Like, no, I know what it's like when you're like, oh, you don't know what it's like when guys feel like they get shot down all the time. Like, oh no, I know really well. Like I know my whole entire life up until I got to college or whatever. Like you're talking, this is somebody who had 0 dates throughout the entirety of high school, like nothing.
But you have to,
and it was always me asking, and they always said no.
So I understand you have PTSD from that.
I totally do.
And you do, and that's a valid stuff. However,
and like I said, like so throughout my life, like I had, like I can't say that I haven't had some fun, and like I've had some fun. But that's like the one area, like if there's a pie chart of like things that you're good at, like that's the area that's like I'm the weakest in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with like love and relationships, like that part has always been the thing that I just failed at or didn't go my way or seemed like it was going my way, but actually wasn't going my way. and like that's the weak spot in the pie chart.
You in good company, okay? Because a lot of people struggle with this.
A lot of people feel that way.
A lot of people struggle with this. Believe it or not, you cannot struggle with this because, listen, I have an agenda. I have a way that I want to live. A lot of women don't like that way that I want to live, okay? So I do get my heart broken in the sense that I can get kind of attached to somebody.
Yeah.
And then
they want to be all in.
Yeah, and then I have learned that if I do all in like how they want, I will end up unhappy. So I have to make this hard choice that I have this very attractive woman that is beautiful and all that stuff, and I have to just let them go die. Yeah. I have to let them sail off, because I know that I'm not good for her and she's not good for me.
Right.
You know, and
it's too bad.
It can be very sad, but it's less sad than me trudging through.
Who you are.
Trudging through daily life, living how I don't want to live.
Well, and that's that's a big part, if we're being completely candid here, of why things failed for me, is that I gave up too much of myself, and I refuse to do that anymore. To get really resentful and sad and upset about not being who I really am.
And that will happen, and that's why I don't. And I learned that lesson enough times where I'm like, oh, okay, I see a pattern here.
Well, that's good that you know that, and at least you're upfront about it.
Yeah, and so I don't bullshit nobody. I tell people, and then the funny thing is, women think that you're kidding or that he says that now. No, I'm not. I'm not joking. I'm sorry, I'm not kidding. He wasn't kidding. I'm actually being upfront, you know. And the thing that
he actually is not calling.
Exactly. And the thing that really grind my gears though is so many times. I've seen these. I've lost women because I was honest about shit. Okay, and then they find joke. Well, go ahead. No, I can check it. I'm a big boy. Go ahead.
I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, we're talking about this?
The underpants, and if you squint, it looks like his arm is just really, really short. I'm sorry. For those, oh my God, that just got me.
You got me. That's why I can't find love, because one of my arm is this short, and it's also a claw.
I'm sorry for those of you guys listening. I'm literally now like crying, laughing. You know how sometimes
this is why you won't find any dick, because I'm trying to give you the answers, the secret.
Stuff just strikes you funny.
Okay, we can lean into that instead. Look, I'm sure people don't want to hear the heel stuff. There's my short arm.
Thank you for that. Oh my
God. It was worth.
Oh my God! Like, oh my God! I'm legit crying, laughing. That just struck my funny bone. Like, really.
That's the only bone you're gonna get that's gonna strike you now. Oh, that's always attractive, true.
I know it's the snort keeping me from dating, but here's the thing: you're not gonna know I snort until you make me laugh, which is one of my criteria. So, I guess if you make me laugh and I snort, hopefully your criteria is that you want a girl that snorts at your jokes. There will be a match made in heaven.
True.
But seriously, making me laugh is, oh, geez, step one. So Ender Band, step one. Congratulations.
I like, when you're filleting somebody, you can snort. Sure, you go. Now, I don't even remember where the fuck I was. Why?
It's 9:00.
Oh.
Wow. We were going to do a short show tonight. I thought for sure you had a date.
Listen, to be honest, I don't do a lot of fucking Valentine dates, okay? Because just like I said, women get fucking cuckoo when you do that. Yeah. Speaking of cuckoos, they get fucking nuts, and they think, oh, this means something. So I've learned like you learn shit along the whole, you know,
right?
Like no matter what they say, oh, girl, we had the bad. No,
Right. No, no.
that's one of those ways you learn to not don't fuck with the emotions with that stuff.
Yeah, well, and I feel like, if any, I mean, I guess some people do go out on Valentine's night, right? Like singles, because I guess they're looking for their meet cute and be like, oh my God, we met on Valentine's Day. And then we like telling you about love. Like, it would be a cute little
fuck all that stuff.
But it's just so unlikely.
Also,
and I feel like the guys know that girls are easy prey on Valentine's Day.
Ugh. Fuck, that's this. It just, ugh. And then also, don't take women, to fucking to be your guest at a wedding and shit like that. It's just a bad idea. I mean, unless you're like really serious with the fucking chick and you're planning on going in that direction.
I think that goes both ways. Yeah, I would never ask a guy to.
That's what I'm saying. Like shit like that. Don't do stuff like that. Don't fuck with people's head. You gotta be careful.
But
women get cookie, huh?
I would ask a person to be like, hey, you want to go on you want to go to Hawaii for a week? Like, I'm cool with that. Like,
I didn't say that. That's not Valentine's Day, and that's not taking them to a wedding. I didn't say nothing about a little vacation.
But like like I said, like I want like upscale casual. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want somebody sweating me all the time.
Take it easy with the upscale.
Reliable that like when I want to go out, they want to go out.
Check it easy with the upscale. I'll take you to El Chorrito. I'll take you to fucking Claim Jumper if you're not careful.
Yeah. Get the big chocolate cake. It's like
I'll give you a chocolate cake. I'll give you olive oil cake.
Give me the brown sugar and cinnamon cake.
What the fuck was I talking about before short arms came in the picture? I had a whole hunt down, and I was giving you chestnuts of wisdom, and you're throwing it away on a cheap sight gags. I don't even remember. And you know who loses out? Because all the information is up here, haddling around in here.
We were talking about. We were still talking.
Oh, I remember now. I remember. Now listen. Here's what's frustrating. Oh, go ahead. You're heating some other dumb shit on there now. I'll tell you what.
I don't want Sizzler. I want Outback.
I'll give you Outback.
Make mine bloom, Hanato. Make it bloom.
I'll give you a March Steakhouse. I'll give you what's the one? Houston. Houston. The meat is far off the bone. God, would you want that though?
I don't want it.
You don't want the meat to fall from the bone. The meat don't fall far from the bone.
Sick, and no, thank you.
Okay, listen. So here's something about the fucked up thing when you do what your Uncle Hana's practice, which is the honesty up front about that stuff. Yeah. Here's the fucked up thing. So many times this has happened to me. And because I'm not a snitch, I don't get involved in fucking that up for them. But so many times I've had a thing going we got a great thing going with a girl, but it's more casual, where we're not putting we're gonna move in or we're gonna do this or all this kind of the who's and regulation, okay? Then eventually you go, well, I got another guy that he says that he wants to be serious with me, so
got a counter offer over here.
Are you gonna shit or get off the potch? And I'm like, look, you gotta go with him. If you that's what you want to do, you gotta go.
Amazing.
You gotta go with the water's warm, okay? And they go, he's not like you. He's not cynical about love and this and that. I go, okay, well, there you go. It sounds like Joe Blow. It sounds like he's got the magic touch or whatever. And then come to find out, like I've even seen Joe Blow at a club making out with a bitch while shit. And of course, a lot of guys would just go like this, or check a picture or some sneaky shit like that.
Right.
No, you belong to the streets now. It's not my business no more. And so the funny thing is, Joe Blow, who sells you the dream, he's in there, he's getting his. But the guy, I'm the scumbag because I'm honest and tell them the truth. But the other guy who give them the fantasy or whatever, teddy bears and ice cream and candies and flowers. Okay. So check, have Joe Blow. Yeah. But I've seen that so many times where I'm like, they're like, oh, he's not like you. And I'm going, okay.
Okay. Well, that takes me back to, that reminds me of course, the great movie Singles. But when, with the whole guy with Keira Sedgwick and the guy with the remote control, and he said he has to go back to Sweden or whatever. and then they had their whole thing, and like with the, but then she's out and she sees him in the club, and he's just macking on some other girl, and he just looks at her and he shrugs, like he's just like, "What are you gonna do?"
So you found, yeah.
Like, I'm caught. You found out I'm full of crap. Like,
yeah. And that's not to say that every guy's full of crap or whatever, every guy's cheating or whatever.
Not to say that
but
only
I'm just
guys
saying,
are full of crap. A lot of girls are full of crap.
True. But I'm just saying, it's like, there's been let's just say there's been several times where I've seen the other Prince Charming, whatever that was,
Oh, you saw the competition.
That was so special and so much have the moral high ground than your Uncle Hanach, and I seen or heard or know, some chick that's fucking whatever, and I go, interesting. You know what I mean? But I'm not the type. I don't. That's not. It becomes not my business no more.
Right. I'm not sure if I missed something, Richard. Trejo's Tacos is on La Brea. I don't know if you guys are talking. I don't know why this came up, but if you're talking about Danny Trejo and his tacos, it's a place on La Brea. I've been there. La Brea and Olympic. It's just about like a half a block south of Olympic on La Brea. And he's got great tacos there. And
I've been there. It's good.
Tacos and stuff like that.
They even have a couple that I can fuck with. Yeah.
No, and exactly. Yeah, they have vegan tacos. I think they have a couple locations because they also have they have Trejo's Donuts on Santa Monica.
Trejo's Donuts is very good too, and they also got vegan donuts there. Now you got a little bougier prices and stuff than a regular donut shop or a regular here.
Not cheap.
But I'll tell you, if you got the extra bread and you want to support a nice older Latino gentleman who used to be a gangbanger and a drug addict, I am willing to put a couple extra dollars in there.
For sure. Well, I actually have a picture of when they had their grand opening. We went to it. We just kind of crashed it. And I have a picture of me and Jamie Trejo and stuff, and with Kiddo and stuff. But so I remember telling Dan Hardy about it because he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to be in LA." And, he and his girl, I know he and Veronica just got married and they're so cute together. But at the time, his other girl, they were both vegan, and maybe Veronica is too, I'm not sure. But I was like, oh, well, if you're here, you got to go to Trejo's Tacos, and so I sent him there, and he was like, oh my God, it's so good, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Yeah. Really good. Really good.
Anyway, I don't know why the fuck that came up, but hey.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think that maybe some of the girls you're dating too, I think depending on maybe it's their ages and this and that, people know, people are on different pages and at different stages of the life,
Well, listen, most women is not on the page that I'm on. I'm just going to be honest.
But I applaud you for being upfront about it because honestly, there's nothing worse than somebody who, sells you a bill of goods and then turns out to not be what they said they are. So
as a younger
person to be upfront about it.
As a younger man, I did do that kind of shit, and it wasn't fair, and I've learned not to do that.
You want to be, baby, please. Oh, don't tell me you want to be my guy if you don't really.
No, yeah, because a lot of guys try to just say, well, I'm gonna be in love with this girl, but I'm gonna go fuck just whatever, and what she don't know, I'm not gonna hurt her, whatever. But it's first of all, that's stressful, and you want to know something? In the past, when your Uncle Hanach, believe it or not, your Uncle Hanach have cheated before in the past. Okay, I know that that's come as a shock to you.
Wait. I feel like wait.
Oh, you're gonna do a
I feel like
surprise. You have one that sounds shocked. I know. Stop the presses, okay? But to my credit, it's been a long time. But let me tell you something here. Now I lost the fucking because.
So you stepped out on the girl at one point.
But what was okay? So the funny thing
being upfront about it.
Here's the funny thing about it.
Her?
Oh, carajo! Let's not get crazy here.
I was just gonna say no.
Okay. Now listen. I'll tell you what was the most fucked up. The crazy thing about it is, I never felt guilty about the actual cheating, the actual act of it, because to me it didn't mean shit. It was just guys know it's almost like a jerky.
Oh, only guys know?
I can't speak to what women know. I know because I'm a guy and I know guys and that stuff. So I know that it's meaningless, that stuff, okay? But I'll tell you what, so I never felt the guilt from that. The thing that made me feel guilt is to any kind of lie about it. You know what I mean? The lie. oof, for
So
some
it wasn't
reason,
the act of doing it; it was the lie.
because I knew that wasn't shit. But something about everybody have a different moral compass, and it's
Yeah.
fucked up. Everybody have their own rules. It might even be how their parents taught them or whatever. But and I don't even think lying is necessarily always immoral, because you could lie to, let's say, I don't know, a cop or a fucking someone at a fucking big I don't know, someone on at the cable company or something like that, whatever. But when you lie to someone you love, there's something where you feel like a heel piece of shit. You know what I mean? But it's the lie part that fucked me up, not the fucking. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I check it. I'm not looking for an answer. I'm just saying, isn't that interesting? I don't know. Put that in your
Yeah,
pipe and
yeah.
smoke
I
it.
mean, yes and no. It isn't. It isn't because. Yeah, because the let's just put it this way, the person you're in the relationship with, or the whatever situation with, that you lie to, wasn't there when you were doing the other thing, right? So the other thing was just joyous.
True. Good
whatever.
point. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, and so it's the fact now that you're
It's like they wasn't involved.
right, and now you were
Yeah.
involving them in something that was just awesome. But now that awesome thing that you just did, like, now it isn't awesome anymore.
It's not so awesome no more. And you know what else sucks about it? It's like a meal you already had and you already digested, and you're like, why I gotta be in trouble with that? I forgot about that already.
Well, but also you might also resent being made to lie about something that actually made you very happy.
That's true too. Wait a second. Let's turn it on these chicks. Yeah. Why are you making me feel so bad about something that brought me to me so much joy? You know what, Karyn Bryant? I like the cut of your jib. Why I'm gotta feel
While
guilt?
you snack on my Valentine's chocolates.
What a perfect timing. Because what you were saying too was so delicious and sustaining, giving to me sustenance. Because if you really love me, why would you want to take even 1 ounce of joy
Why would you not want me to be happy?
from lifey? I gotta cheat more often. Now?
But here's the question.
Yeah.
Would you be okay then if somebody was like, I want to have either like an open relationship or
Yes. Yes. I'm not one of those people. Yeah, no, I'm saying yes.
like
I'm
a
not.
throuple? Like if so, or do you want to be
No.
You don't wanna
Fucking
be a
another
throuple?
dude and me. No. Fuck no. It would be more like. It would be more like this. I would have a girl, and she's like kind of my tight friend, like my closest, like the way that the closest male friend have in my life.
Yeah.
She's my closest female friend. Like
Yeah.
we would tend
More
to
than
maybe
friends or just friends?
no I'm saying, but
She's your bottom bitch.
the whole that she play in my life would be kind of like the whole that like my main male friend would have. Like I'm gonna text them first about some funny shit that happened or something like that. Whatever.
she's the number one
Okay,
girl.
and then we're gonna be doing most of the fucking probably. Okay,
Right.
but we don't live together. But we just we definitely like we in each other's lifey. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if something happened on a trip or someone breeze into town and there's something happened, whatever, it's nobody's business any more than it would be if I had a male friend coming in town and we went and saw a movie together.
But she's not going to ask you about it anyway, right?
She ain't gonna ask me. I'm not gonna ask her what's going on. And so it's like that. I don't need to know every, like, let's say she had the same thing if she had a female friend breeze into town, okay? And she's like, I'm not gonna be available because so and so's in town. I'm not gonna ask them every X, Y, and Z about what they did when they went to Universal City Walk or wherever the fuck they go to the museum or whatever, or whatever shit. No, I'm saying I don't care what inside jokes they have. I don't care. Like, have you experience with your friend? And then if it was a male friend, I just don't want to know about it. I don't care. Don't tell me about that one. You know.
Well, it's a grown-up approach, and I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. I guess it just comes from a certain. You get to a certain point in your life where you're like, people are going to have their own stuff.
Now, Karyn Bryant, if you asking me if I could wave a magic wand and have her just not be interested in fucking other guys and just magically. Yeah, of course it's gonna be nice if I'm the only good, attractive man in the universe. Oh, she only want to fuck me and I get to fuck everybody else. Okay, yeah. If I'm wave a magic wand, of course that's nice. But it's not fair. I'm not gonna ask somebody to live in some fucked up situation that I'm not gonna, it's only fair. You give me a massage. Of course I want only a massage and not to massage. I want only the massage. But it's nice to give somebody a massage back.
Yeah. Well, people are saying polyamorism sounds better on paper.
Guess what else sounds better on paper? Guess what else sounds better on paper? Fucking the same person for the rest of your fucking life. That sounds better on paper too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Being around somebody 24 hours a day and for the rest of your fucking life and listen to them snoring and fucking clipping their toenails in the toilet and stuff like that. That's a lot better on paper too, can't argue.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, we should get out of here. I'm working this weekend. I'm not sure who's at the desk with me. I know, unfortunately, I'm not going to see Light Skinned Heart in a while. So Anthony was supposed to be fighting on March 11th, but he's not fighting till May, he said, unfortunately. So, and I'm not assigned with him. So maybe this weekend, my guess would maybe be Alan and Chiesa.
Oh, I like both of those gentlemen.
Yeah, something like that.
Tell them I said hi. Oh, can I tell you something?
I don't have any bad dudes. You know what I mean?
Just to put a button on the whole conversation that we had, too, which I think is important.
Yep.
Someone in the comments said something along the line of every way to do stuff have a drawbacks, because somebody's saying probably this and this thing but the truth is my lifestyle that I'm trying to say that is for me or whatever, that have a lot of drawback. There's loneliness sometimes.
You have a lonely life.
Well, in some ways, because let's say something shitty happened to me out there in the streets, okay, or some fucked up some kind of thing, work thing or something, and when I come home, I feel like shit. Well, there's no one to put my head on her breasts and have her to stroke me and to go, no, baby, you're number one. I'm on your side. No, that guy's an asshole, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I just have to sit there and suck it up, okay?
Yep.
Let's say it's my birthday. Maybe there's nobody gonna took me out to my favorite restaurant and give me great presents and make me feel like $1 million or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So there's different. Also, there's less affection or whatever like that. Okay, but I'm willing to sacrifice that because of the other stuff that I don't want that come with that. So that worked for me. But I don't think you have to work for everybody. I applaud people who could be together and be happy and have this great life together. That's great. That's for them.
Yeah.
And what worked for me don't necessarily going to work for the other person. But it don't mean that I'm a scumbag because I do what I do.
Yeah, like I said, girls can't get mad at you if you're upfront about who you are.
Yeah. And I am who I am. Just like other people have sexuality where they like to fuck certain guys like to fuck another man. I don't besmirch you that, but right. I gotta be allowed to do how I do as well.
For sure.
So let live and let live, boy.
Cool. All right. Well, cool. Well, so I'm working this weekend. It's Andrade versus Blanchfield. If you want to. If you just joined us late on the show, we have a Cheaty's Choice for that. He picked his winner. His record is honestly, Hanato, his record is 17-4. Like, it's ridiculous.
You're gonna start getting investigated from this.
I know.
You better stop. They're gonna confiscate Cheaty. Can you imagine if the commission comes and confiscates Cheaty?
James, they're like, I know he's been texting James.
Can you imagine if that's all it was, is that James was just paying attention to Chidi's choices?
To Chidi all along. He's like, really, it was a lizard.
And you're like the Kaiser Soze, like it was like, no, it was Karyn Bryant all along.
No.
I swear to God.
First, I've got a limp, and then I walk away and I light my cigarette, and I'm like,
I saw that for the first time because when
you saw it, you were like,
oh yeah, but
Loved
also
it.
I got burnt out on that movie because I seen it in that time period. I saw it so many times and showed so many friends that then it got a point where I was like, I can't watch this movie for nothing. It's been probably 20 years since I saw it, and then I fucking watched it recently. I was like, it was fun again.
It's so good. I probably haven't seen it in about 5 years, maybe at least.
For me, it was like since I had got so sick of it.
Well, if we're talking, as we're about to wrap this up, if any of y'all look like a young Gabriel Byrne, call me.
Well, what about, listen, for my money, if I'm a chick,
Irish, that black dark hair with that blue
like that
eyes,
black Irish,
you could get it every day.
You like that one.
Day.
Now, I would think, what about Benicio del Toro at that age was not
great.
Chopped liver?
Not too. Yeah.
I would think that would be the one.
Fenster.
Yeah.
You the guys.
Yeah, give me the keys. What the fuck? Yeah. What the one about the hooker with the dysentery?
He's the Nate Diaz.
Oh, caralho. No, that would be a whole. That would be
we could do an MMA version of the usual.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Well, I love it. Like I say that with all love. Like I love.
No, I know, but yeah, I've already had to mend the fences with.
Oh no! I love it. We're buddy. Like we're like I say that with love. Like Benicio's the coolest mother effer on the crew. Like so, like that's Nate. Yeah, that's Nate.
Wow. You can you do the impression of him and see how.
All right, I see what you're saying.
And then you see how that goes over.
But we could definitely recast the usual suspects as MMA people, and that would.
Oh, it would be incredible. But you know, it's the sad thing. For us, that seemed like that not that long ago. For younger people, they're like, "What and who?
Who? Never heard of it." Oh, it's on TCM. It's on Turner Classic Movies for them.
They're like, Kevin Pollak? Who? What? Kevin Pollak.
It was before Kevin Spacey got canceled.
It was before Kevin Spacey was fucking anything at all.
That's the movie that made Kevin Spacey.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he'd been in a lot of stuff, but like that's the one that really put him over, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, and Chaz Palminteri. Oh,
he was great in there too, yeah. All those guys was great in there.
It's so good. But listen, seriously, if anybody out there, if the universe, if the sweet baby Jesus wants to send me a Gabriel Byrne looking dude.
They out there. They're on Haya. Gabriel Byrne is on Haya.
I'm here for that.
Gabriel Byrne is on Hinge. He's on Haya.
Gabriel Byrne's on Raya.
He is. He's on there. He's waiting for you.
If you told me that Idris Elba and Gabriel Byrne, but Gabriel, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's a little bit older for me now. But like, if you told me that Idris Elba and Gabriel Byrne from 20 years ago or whatever was on Raya, like, yeah, I'd be like, here's all.
You know who said he was on Haya recently? That fucking guy Michael B. Jordan said that he was on there because like he broke up with some chick that he was with.
With Steve Harvey's daughter.
Yeah, and he was like, he's on Haya.
Like 12?
What was that?
How old is he?
I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying that guy's not a loser, and he's.
Is this Cougar Print? I'm not sure.
I'm just saying he's not a loser, and he's on there.
Definitely not a loser.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, if there was
I don't know what to tell you.
It was that one. So
I'm trying to help you to get. I'm one of these people. If you tell me you got an issue, I'm gonna try to find a way to solve it for you. And every time I hear, well, I'm not having enough vitamin D in my life, and then I go, here's these places where there's vitamin D.
No, but you've known this for a very long time. Why don't you just introduce me to anybody? Like, I'm not trying
because
to.
You don't want it. You don't want.
Get on an app is not helping me.
You don't want nothing to do.
Friend so and so is helping me.
The kind of people that I'm associated with, you don't want anything to do with these people.
Isn't that how it always works? Like my girlfriends are gold that I would never even allow you to come close to because my girlfriends are so good and your guys are all garbage.
They're not garbage. They're animal. They're fucking animals.
Lisho.
And then the ones that is not animals.
If anybody's curious.
What was that?
Lisho. I was just educating our fan base that lisho is how you say garbage in Portuguese.
Listen, I'll tell you what. These not garbage, but here's the problem: the ones that I know that would be gentlemen, they already got a wife and kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the other ones that's out there. Sorry, what? That's your problem. You focus on people like Vinny Maga and you. Vinny Maga, yuck.
Have you ever actually looked at Vinny?
Why his wife is in my GM if he's all that and a bag of pound occasion.
Pound occasion. So
good. Yeah, listen. He's a pig. He's a pig. He have, you know what? Also, he have low chi. He need. He's a nobody.
By the way, in other Brazilian news, has anybody been paying attention before we wrap this up and then we'll get out of here? Has anybody else been paying attention to Shoeface Cara de Zapat on Big Brother in Brazil? He's been posting some funny stuff. Like, I could never do that show. The show looks like a total nightmare.
I wouldn't do any of those fucking shows.
Following him on Twitter, like the post on Twitter, like in the timeline and all this stuff of seeing him on the show is pretty funny to me. And good for him. And bless his heart, I hope he wins. I love Cara de Zapat. Like, I love that dude.
Yeah, he's not bad. Whatever happened? Oh, he's on PFL now.
Yeah. Big Shoeface fan. Big Shoeface fan.
But yeah, so
okay. Well, listen, Hanato, if they're not finding you at the dog park with Rudy, if they're not finding you on Hinge, Twitter.
I'm not on Hinge, by the way.
Are you on Tinder?
I'm on JDate. I'm on blackpeoplemeet.com. I'm on Farmer's Almanac.
Dude, did you see the Farmer Needs a Wife ads or whatever during the Super Bowl? Like there's the Farmer Needs a Wife.
I missed some. I missed a few. I saw the Jesus one. Got Jesus or whatever.
Jesus gets you.
You wonder. You wonder since you know
something that same company was also like completely funding the anti-abortion stuff all through the country as well.
You don't say. I mean, of course. But the funny stuff is like since you know that Jesus is not behind it, you're like, well, what? What are they? You know they're not gonna do it for just free. There's something. So you just wonder what are they drumming up here? You know.
Well, and the simple fact that it costs gajillions of dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like, how does the church have the money to pay for the church doesn't get taxed? Whatever. We're getting in a whole.
Well, you wonder how many poor people, disadvantaged poor people, you could have helped with that money instead of running a Super Bowl commercial.
Jesus would have probably rather help you actually get bread and wine to the whatever.
See, I don't know. The Jesus I know is more focused on MMA fights because
you know Jesus so and so.
Well, Jesus is responsible for a lot of victories in MMA and also a lot of BET award.
More in boxing, but definitely a lot in MMA. I feel like more boxers invoke Jesus in the corner than but
so I don't know how he have time to focus on Super Bowl stuff when he's doing that.
I know. All right, hey, listen. So where can everybody find you, Hanato?
You can
social media, not in real life.
Well, follow me. Well, yeah, you can follow me. You might be able to meet me for coffee if you're lucky. But first, you gotta follow me on Hanato _ What was that? Cattle of fish? Cattle to fish? No, plenty of fish.
Is it?
That's what it's called. I've gotten. Listen, never mind.
Yeah. I feel like that one is older ladies.
I plead the fifth. You know, there's good stuff. There's good stuff everywhere. It just all depends. You know what it's like saying
silver singles,
you know, like flea markets or a garage sale. Yeah, a lot of them is garbage. Can you find a haircut some of these time, or a fucking Indian head nickel or some shit? Sometimes you can. Okay. You know, God are you? I tell you what.
You know what? Good for you. I know it's for just getting out there and like carpet bombing and trying all the. Good for you.
Hey, listen, if I'm don't the squeaky wheel get the grease for her. Okay. That's the bottom line, Taraji.
I'm sorry, I interrupted though. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, okay? Hanato _ Laranja. And from there, maybe leave some kind of cute little comments on the stuff, and then I'm gonna laugh at that one and do a smiley or whatever kind of face or emoji, and then we're gonna then communicate into the DM.
That's how you get into the DM.
And then we're gonna do intercourse. And then it's gonna be over, and you can go on with the rest of your journey.
I love a story to tell and a.
Yeah, you have a stories to tell. You tell your grandkids about the night you slept with your uncle Hanato.
You can find me at Karyn Bryant, Karyn. Bryant as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. That is my YouTube handle. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, please hit that subscribe. That's also my Twitter handle. You might be watching this on Twitter. If so, maybe you're following me already. If not, please hit follow. This is you can also find me at KB Heat on Instagram, and you can follow us on festivities.com. You can find all the shows. And Hanato, I have to say, I'm so not a tech person, but I should applaud myself on the technical stuff I've been able to do for us here. But I need to make an index on the website. So for now, if people go to festivities.com, I apologize that there's not a searchable index yet to find out, to just like type in a name to say like,
no searchable index,
been on the show yet? But guess what? When you go to our website, and if you were to go pretend you could type in Carlos Condit, yep, he's been on the show. Maybe you could type in and pretend you wanted to look up Glover Teixeira. Yep, he's been on the show. Maybe you wanted to type in Tracy Cortez. Yep, she's been on the show. Like this is episode 70. I'm Tracy's looking at. So we've got a lot of great guests. And the cool thing about this show is like I feel like every week there are new people watching us, and that maybe means that you guys, some of you don't know all the shows that we have put out already. So yeah, this is episode 70, and we have a really, really great guest list tonight. We didn't have a guest because it's Valentine's Day, and we just kind of figured a lot of people were going to be busy, and there's a lot to talk about between the Super Bowl and the gay and the fights, you know, and Valentine's
What was the gay? What?
The game.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Vinny Manguinho.
No, the game, but mostly because it's Valentine's Day, and a lot of people that we thought about getting as guests would not have been available anyway. So, but usually we have a fighter guest. So back next week, we will have a fighter guest with us. You can find these on Spotify, on Stitcher, on Amazon Music, and on Apple Podcasts. But yeah, check us out.
An adult friend finder.
We've got a lot of fun. We've had some really cool people on.
We have some cool people, but none cooler than the two of us, Karyn.
I mean,
we're the very coolest.
And I will say we have a very loyal group of folks that's with us every week. So I also invite you to dig around in the comments and write back to people to continue the conversation, because a lot of people have said some very funny things in the comments. And just in general, you know, really appreciate you guys support and your interaction with us. Yeah.
And we appreciate the guy who point out that he looked like I have a small arm. Here, here's your small. Here's for you. Oh, fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you, okay?
The littlest of you.
Little
oh
arm.
My God! Thank you, everybody. Oh God, that's hilarious.
That's
this
a big
is so
arm.
fun. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'll give you one
Day,
of these.
everybody. You know, I hope everybody has a good time. Like I said, this weekend. Out in Vegas, looking forward to it. So, Erin Blanchfield versus Jessica Andrade this weekend is the main event. Thanks for joining us, Hanato. It's great to see you. Happy Valentine's Day.
It's great to see me on Valentine's Day too. Yeah.
I do have that friendship love for you. I got to admit. And I feel like since we hit on the fact that life is short and a lot of people don't say things they need to say. I just want to say, Hanato, at episode 70 here, I actually do really look forward to seeing you on Tuesday nights. It is a lot of fun. And I appreciate our audience that is with us. Like, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's sad sort of life, because I don't want it to be, it's not sad. This is a fun thing. But I actually legit look forward to it. It's fun.
That mean a lot to me. That I don't blame you, because I feel like I would feel the same way if I was you too. And thanks for sharing that with me, because that mean a lot to me.
You don't want to
you mean, well, we didn't even did nothing yet for me to reciprocate yet. I do appreciate you. I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate you telling me how you feel. We are friends. We're light-skinned friends. And one day, you're gonna be desperate enough, where we're gonna be more than friends. For one night, caralho. Until then, I have to deprive you. I have to keep you thirsty and keep you hungry, caralho. Not one morsel until you had it. Not one crumb I throw you. I have to gaslight you for, huh? I have to gaslight you till you know that I'm the only one that would ever speak to you.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And I'm trying to keep it together. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you next week.
Happy Valentine.
Ciao.